classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I am here with a wonderful sponsor of TMA, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And this is something that I experienced, as a matter of fact, years ago. If you get a call from an insurance agency, if you were in an accident, they are not necessarily working on your side. Isn't that right?
Yeah, Tim. I mean, in almost every case, there's going to be an insurance company involved. You know, they typically insure whoever caused the injuries to you by the person or the business that caused it. And unfortunately, from the moment your case begins, the insurance company is actually working against you, trying to minimize their payout. You might get a call from somebody who seems like to be a really nice person who's just trying to see how you're doing, but their goal is actually to get some information out of you to turn around and use it later to show that you're not as hurt as you actually are. Insurance companies have specialized systems and thousands of workers who follow a playbook to pay you as little money as possible when you're hurt. This is Doug Biggs, and my injury law firm hates insurance companies and their deceitful tactics, and we'll make a fair fight out of it. Visit our website or Google Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Want to play golf with Tim McKernan? Go to the TMA app for a chance to win a round of golf for you and a guest at Norwood Hills Country Club to play with Tim McKernan Monday, September 11th, the day after the Ascension Charity Classic Tournament. And if you win, you'll get Ascension Charity Classic swag with lunch and drinks included on the course. Don't miss your chance to play golf with Tim McKernan. Find out more on the TMA app or at TMASTL.com. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Hello, friends. Welcome to our Michelob Ultra Studios. It is the Munganess St. Louis Acura. You like that right there, Doug? St. Louis Acura.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock. That's kind of a broadcast voice. I'm working on that.
A lot of energy for this early.
No, I'm excited about myself. Get involved on the show, 314-881-TMA5. That's the EDF Group text inbox. Call in, 636-9004-TMA. And email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. I want to spend a couple hours on the Cardinals and Mets last night, and then also get you ready for the Dogs taking on Austin.
Oh, yeah?
And the City Red will be back on display on Sunday night as this team will try to get to a point where they are playing Messi for the whole shooting match come...
Apparently, yeah.
October, November?
Has Miami lost since Messi got there?
No. Leagues Cup. See you in Nashville, everybody.
Yep.
2 MLS franchises in there. No Mexican team. Not even America's Pub.
Huh. America's Pub was in there?
That's correct. They came to St. Louis and took our measure.
And clipped us, yeah.
Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah.
Here's Stephen Wildwood leaving a mic drop about Jackson not knowing about the Monday Night Miracle.
Oh.
This is from Balloon Party. Take a listen.
Hit the lever, Plowsy. Hit the lever.
I mean, I get it. The kid wasn't even born yet when the Monday Night Miracle happened.
Stop it! It was the greatest moment in Blues history besides the Stanley Cup! How can you not know that? Biddles, give me your address. I'm coming by today, and I'm going to go through your apartment, and anything with the Blue Note on it, I'm taking from you. If you have any picture of you at a Blues game, any Blues memorabilia, I want it. Take it down from Facebook. You're not allowed into the arena ever again. Tired of it.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Like, would there be any memorabilia in Jackson's? There's none of mine, Jackson, by the way. This isn't a shot you, but, like, do you think there's, like, a bunch of memorabilia Jackson is hiding from the Blues?
Jackson, do you have Blues memorabilia?
I have no Blues.
Oh, that might be even worse.
Bernie Federico glove that's, like, in, like, a shadow box, like, hanging on a
No
wall.
hat, no shirt, no nothing?
Nope. I have a one-on-one ESPN shirt with the Blues logo on it.
Well, that almost
you
counts.
gotta get rid of that now.
We'll come to Gobble Bowl. I'll finagle it so I can give you a Glenn Hall puck or something.
A Glenn Hall puck.
That's
You wouldn't? Do you know who Glenn Hall is?
No.
Mr. Goalie. Doug, Mr. Goalie?
Oh, yes, Mr. Goalie.
Glenn Hall or Glenn Hull?
Hall, Glenn Hall.
No.
Didn't wear a mask.
There.
His face looked like a battered piece of meat.
Weren't the sticks different? So like they weren't really flying up near your.
Right, they didn't shoot the way they do today.
Because you want to be here. You're subscribing to what we do. So, I mean, if you want to go on there and, talk about Giambi or anybody else, be my guest. Mike in Long Beach, what's up, Mike?
Thought it was another clip. There's a lot of Franceses in here.
This has become
Finding
a
the
hot
right one is a tough battle.
Yeah, this is a hot button issue with Jackson in the Blues history.
Oh, Iggy, you have an
Can't
ally.
Get past it.
Stephen Wildwood's act is so played out. Just stop. I'm tired of it. That's from Eric in the Central West End.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Eric in the Central West End and Iggy.
Whose act do you like?
Yeah, whose act do you like?
Yes, Bob.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that
I
one.
wanted to talk about Tom Brady.
This is an act. Everybody can
And I also wanted to talk about Phillip Rivers.
Well, go ahead.
I also wanted to talk about Carson Wentz and Drew Brees, Andrew Luck.
Get rid of him.
Get rid of him.
It's such a good clip. You got to let it go to the end.
I wonder how long the guy would have kept naming quarterbacks.
You should let him go. He's probably going to forget.
That's an act everybody
Start
can
running
get
out of
behind.
players.
Guys, could you please change my name to Glenn Hole?
Well, I said
Glenn Hall. Glenn Hall?
I said Glenn Hall.
Just one of the greatest goalies in the history of the league, that's all. And he played here.
The Loomster now agreeing with Eric in the Central West End.
Oh,
The Loomster says spot on, Eric in the Central West End.
we enjoy it.
I thought Iggy did a Gallup poll on the fan page, and it was unanimous that.
Wasn't
Those
easy
two
'cause
probably
he's not
voted for
on
him.
it.
Well, I've always enjoyed Stephen Wildwood.
One time the Blues had Glenn Hall and Jacques Laplante.
Jacques Plante, not Laplante. Jacques Plante.
Well, I put the French-Canadian version in there.
No, that's not the French-Canadian version, Laplante. The name was simply Plante, Jacques Plante, the inventor of the goalie mask, first one to wear it.
Well, I call him Laplante.
But that's not his name.
He's French-Canadian, so I put a law on that.
But that's not accurate.
I think it actually, if you look it up, it is. Morning, boys. I just want to give a shout out to Munganast and especially Clayton Patterson. They got me in for an oil change right when they opened on a full capacity day, and Clayton came up behind me and said, "Caller, buzz, your car is ready," just like Tim does. That place is so nice, and the service couldn't be better.
Yeah.
The mustache man who sat next to me in the waiting room wanted to hook up, but I stayed on my best behavior due to the respect I have for Clayton and the whole Munganast St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota crew. That's from caller Buzz, and he won the June Milagro Tequila.
I don't know the months, Tim.
Listener of the month, I think he did. Maybe it was July.
Yeah.
No, Dogtown Tie.
But it is so great just to have a place to take your car.
Yeah, it's
You know,
stlouisacura.com.
They're going
It's
to deal
Alton
with you
Toyota.
so well. Yeah, it's great to have them.
And they have a secret number for our listeners, and that's 314-252-0029. So you can be like caller Buzz and meet the mustache man.
Mm-hmm.
That's our 7 o'clock hour sponsor.
Yeah, I had a female listener reach out to me and wanted to know the number. I couldn't remember the secret number.
Who reached out to you?
Female listeners.
I'm not going to give her name.
But when you say reach out,
You give him Clayton's number. He
She
loves
texted
that.
me, and that's what happened. I texted Clayton. I said, "What's that secret number? Somebody wants to call you." He goes, "Yeah, just give her my cell."
Yeah.
How about that?
Typically, that's what I do. Clayton
about that?
is the best. Service department, the best. The waiting room has 3 coffee machines, 1 Keurig.
And snacks galore.
I mean, it literally looks like you're in like Six Flags, you know, the candy stores,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It feels like that vibe. And you're just waiting for your vehicle, which you know will be done correctly. It's
Right,
phenomenal.
watch TV, sit on a comfortable
Absolutely,
couch.
Get comfy.
Yeah.
We get the
comfy with
VIP
me.
treatment, but everybody get the VIP treatment.
That's at Munganast, St. Louis Acura. Here we got a few things going on here on this show, and that probably is alarming to everybody, but that's what we got. We can tee it up at the Ascension Charity Classic Tournament course a day after the PGA Tour Champions. Enter on the TMA app for a chance to win a round of golf for you and a guest at Norwood Hills Country Club to play with the one and only Tim McKernan.
Oh man, that's an honor.
It is. On Monday, September 11th. Winners will receive Ascension Charity Classic swag with lunch and drinks included on the course. And 1,700 people competing, Doug, to play and see my trage.
That's what they're doing.
I guess. You think I hit my ball too high off the tee with the driver?
Well, it's surprising how high you hit it. I didn't say too high. I'm just surprised it goes that high.
Oh,
Is that because I'm a tiny little boy?
Yeah.
What's that club you brought in here? That grip's a little old, isn't it?
And now you're taking a shot at Marty Link's clubs. That's Hubbard Marty, who occasionally pops up on the TMA fan page on Facebook.
Really?
Well, when some things are being said that aren't necessarily accurate, he will step in. And
so he's always on it. That could be a full-time job for somebody.
And he gave himself the nickname Hubbard Marty, so we couldn't give him a nickname first. And we played a couple days ago, and he mistakenly put Doug his 5-iron in my bag and texted me and asked me last night if I had his 5-iron by chance. And I went out and checked, and sure enough, so I said I would bring it in. So there it is, Iggy. That is Marty Links, also known as Hubbard Marty's 5-iron. He is the programming director for KC95 and 106.5 The Arch. Hello again, everybody.
Hey, sitting in the Sim, not a bad club.
Hey, I hit the Sim. Me and Marty are the same people.
Oh, is that?
So you approve of his golf club?
Yeah, I looked at the grip. I didn't think it was that good.
Is that a Sim too?
Maybe I brought in mine. No, that's not mine.
Whose 5-iron is it?
Hubbard Marty's.
Okay. I can't hit a 5-iron. I can't hit a 5-iron.
Jackson, how far do you hit a 5-iron?
If I hit it on the screws, $185.
That's not terrible. I mean, it's not
great.
What you want, but it's not terrible. Yeah. Doug, buy stock in Jackson's game now.
Who the hell knows why? But all I know is the kid won the tournament. He is definitely not.
Yes, he did. But keep your mouth closed afterwards when you lay up with a 5-iron.
Oh gosh,
Gold star plug.
Yeah. So bring it on, bitches.
I played with 3 guys yesterday at Persimmon.
What a track, don't you think? What a track!
Yeah, great
So
course.
good.
All of them 65 and over. All of them barely swinging the golf club, and the ball's going 220, 230 off the tee. They're shooting like upper 70s.
Is that right?
I said, what the hell's going on?
Do you know these guys?
Yeah, I knew one of them before. Good friend. But and I'm just all over the place. And these guys are barely swinging the club. It's just rocketing off their club.
When you can
right down the middle. Every single time they swung the club.
Path, face. Path, face.
Like when you can hit your long irons, your 4, 5, 6 irons, you know, because those guys are probably going to need those unless they're hitting off the senior tees.
They weren't. No, they
Oh, is
were
that right?
long off the tee. No.
You playing the tip drill?
I was.
You
They
were playing
weren't.
the tips. Nice.
They probably play every day.
I'd
Yeah,
love
they
to have
must
that
play
line.
a lot. It's incredible how good they were. The thing was they were barely swinging the club.
Dude, what we see in Florida, like when we would go for our week of spring training, you'd see the retired guys. When we're going to the studio, they're going to the course. Could you imagine playing 18, going to have a nice little lunch, hang out, maybe go to the pool for a little bit? Oh, finish up the evening with another 18. Have a nice little dinner out.
Squeezing 18 holes right after dinner?
It's just phenomenal. I mean, it's just that lifestyle would just keep me young and keep me happy. Ugh.
That grip is crap. Oh, it's someone who works here that is my superior? I mean, that's a really nice club. Way to recover. That's from Gummy.
Well, Gummy, there's a difference between a club and a grip. It's a nice club. The grip sucks.
You don't like the grip?
No, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't like it. I like a nice cord.
But it's his club.
I know. But I'm still saying it's not a great grip. Great club, though.
Okay.
So there's a difference between a glove and a grip, Gummy.
Gosh.
Wow, that one.
Hey, Tim, didn't my wife leave her purse at your place so she'd have to call you again? That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves. Let's see. Dingle My Berries wants a deep dive on Jackson's irons. Hold on. Jackson has a 40-yard difference between his 7-iron and a 5-iron. No chance. That's from Dingle My Berries.
The question was asked, what do I hit my 5-iron? Said if I hit on the screws, maybe about $185. If I hit my 7-iron on the screws, it's about 160. Sometimes when I hit it off the toe, it can travel a tidy little $145, $140. So we're talking about flushing it. So there you go.
1.47 smash factor.
Yeah. Be curious, not judgmental.
Ted Lasso, Doug. Dart
what he
scene.
said?
Dart scene.
Nutted it. Absolutely nutted it.
2 gold stars, Plowsy.
What can I say? Less talky, more
Maybe
droppy.
Maybe Tom Kim can nut some shots today.
Uh-oh.
That idiot.
That's a segue right there.
Now, why were you worried about him?
That idiot, the 20-year-old, I love that guy.
Doug, both our teams are doing great except for Tom Kim.
Well, you both have Tom Kim?
No, I do, but I think Doug's got the leader. He's got a third, an eighth.
Doug, you can finish this season strong with a couple wins in a row. You
Feels like it.
Send a message to
together a couple
everybody.
wins,
Feels like it.
get together next year and really regroup.
Yeah, have a nice regroup sesh.
Okay.
You're the Cardinals. The season may be over, but you're still playing for something.
And playing well. Playing darn well.
I agree with that.
Playing with a lot of energy. Really looks like a team that's going to just go 110% the rest
I
of the
bet
way.
Wainwright could get 50 more starts and not get 2 wins. Like, I bet you he could play all next year and not get 2 wins.
Wasn't his fault last night.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just every time he starts, there's no run production. He just, yeah. Tough battle.
Tough. But now Mason Wynn is here.
Did he actually get?
He
I
got
did not
called
see the
up
news.
last night.
Yep, debut tonight, Doug. How do you do?
I'm fine.
Well, he's going to be going up against Joey Lucchesi.
I don't know.
As Zach Thompson toes the slab for the Cardinals. Should be a barn burner at Busch.
I just hit him lead off and say, screw it.
Well,
But he'll hit 9th, but...
They may with Lars now on the injured list.
What did they call that injury? A groin?
Like
Or
a
is that
lower abdominal something or other.
Because you know what it is, right? Like, you
Sure.
obviously know.
His love.
Yeah, not
It's a bruised penis.
Oh.
I mean, 'cause that's probably one of the worst pains. I mean, he took it better than I think I would have taken it.
Yeah,
you have a big hog, though. You got a lot of circumference, right? Is that circumference?
Yeah, but I feel like I have a lot of meat. It's almost like a mini shield.
Okay.
Ooh, meaty shield.
But
It'd be hard for you to hit a foul ball and not hit your love.
I think it depends on where it was, but yeah, if it's the tip, it's over. That pain is.
That's Bill. That's
I'd
my
like to get
friend
some
Bill.
credit from the listeners. They trash me all the time.
You want credit for something now?
I said that Wynn will be up here in the middle of August. And they all text in, you're an idiot, September 1st call-ups, you don't know anything about baseball.
Did people really say September 1st call-ups?
Yeah.
That was really me. Like, I don't think any of the listeners were out going after you. I was pushing against that because I don't think it makes any sense to lose.
Well, there were a few listeners, too. I don't care. You can trash me all you want. Yeah, I love you, but...
It wasn't trashing. I was just, to me, it makes no sense why you'd bring him up and lose his rookie status, but gotta get asses in the seats.
Well, did they wait long enough, or it's a number of at
I don't
bats,
think
right?
it loses his rookie status.
Yeah,
he
you
has
need
more than $130 at bats.
Yeah, he won't get that, though.
He shouldn't get that.
He won't
no.
get that.
You don't think he'll get 130 at bats in a month and a half?
I don't think they'll play him every
many
day
games do they
either.
Play him.
Yeah.
I think they'll manage that.
All right.
Yeah.
I hope.
You interested in a wager? Yeah.
Well, why bring him up if you're not going to play him every day?
That wasn't my question. My question was, you interested in a wager?
But if you play good...
No, because that's probably what they're going to do, but then I think that hurts his development to not play him every day.
Well, if he still gets 25 bats.
How many games they got left?
Yeah, I don't know.
Six. They have
They
six.
have more than
Yeah, he'll
six.
get 130 if they play...
6.5.
What,
If they have-
25-inning games?
They have 50 games left? They don't have that many, right? They got...
Well, what's their record, Doug? We can figure that out.
Let's look it up over the weekend and come back and have it on Monday.
There's no way to know.
Right.
We'll lead off with it.
But he's probably a shoe-in for next year.
I'll say
I
they
would
got
assume.
43 games left.
So this is probably just a little bit of a tryout.
KG010 says, I thought I already hit the 45-day threshold on the dot to not lose rookie status. And he has
It's
a
at
picture of
bat.
himself in Sydney, Australia.
It's at bats or days on the roster. Because I know that was the issue with Walker, too.
Yeah.
But I think he got 130.
Is it days and at bats or days or
Because
at
you need
bats?
150 days in the majors, I do believe, on the Major League roster.
Well, he won't get that.
No, I know when. But I think, I don't know if there's a caveat to that with at-bats. I don't know. But I know that was the issue when they sent down Walker for a month and a half. I think it landed to where may still be able to keep that status. But now he's playing every day.
They
so
have
I'm not for
40
sure.
games left.
So if he gets
got
4 bats, that's
would
160.
be, yeah, that'd be...
But he's not going to play every day. There's so many infielders. I mean, you're going to have Edman, Donovan, him, all interchanging.
I don't know.
So.
I don't know.
Well, they'll play tonight. As soon as they bring somebody up, he goes into the lineup the next night.
I'm betting a 2 for 4 night for old Mason Wynn.
There it is.
Yep. Couple singles.
All the American finger warriors better lay off Stephen Wildwood. How about you losers, Colin, you cowards? If you keep it up, I will fist all of you until you cry. That's from Color Buzz. And he won the Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month in June.
Well, if you think a 30-minute call that sucks is good, then yeah, you can all call.
I love that show.
That's creepy. That guy was
one
creepy.
of the weird, like, you need to incorporate that in, like, the acoustic session Halloween song. If we could, like, jam Cousin Eddie into that version.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I do miss those little calls with him.
Boy, Mr. Licks is all over. What is this about? He sent in
he's
like
on a
10
bender.
texts. Kindly asking, how did Golf with the Listener end up going? What listener?
You haven't had it yet.
Yeah, it's on September 11th.
I think he's talking about, he's just trying to be a douche. He's doing the thing where it's like from last year's At Madness with the Golf with the Listeners. What he does, it's like once a month he does it, and he thinks he's really slick and funny.
Okay, block him.
No, it's just like, dude, let me do my job, worry about you.
Yeah.
Doug, that's good counsel for us all, isn't it?
When you say it with that tone, like, dude, that means that you're done playing.
It's just like, it's a played out bit. I mean, whatever. Never mind.
Block
I'm going to turn my mic
him.
off before I say something I shouldn't.
No, keep going.
It's all good.
Steve is a Hall of Famer in Mount Rushmore all day, and the one man I'd likely tongue kiss. That's from Minute Bowl eligible.
Oh, God. Do we have a current Mount Rushmore of listeners?
Wow.
I mean, it could be fluid.
I'd go Aaron, who has the nipple rings. That girl who
Sex.
did the gangbang in Ohio.
Oh.
The Buckeye girl. And I can't think of another.
It's an all-female Rushy?
I mean, I guess that could be a coincidence.
Stone-faced girl?
Do we put sex on the list?
That's what I
sex
said.
of female.
I thought sex.
Yeah. Sex.
Well, you just never know.
If they're male or female?
No. Well, nowadays you can go back and forth at your leisure.
We found out Bill's wife is a female.
No,
That's
I
true.
don't know.
Bill's wife was my fourth.
I don't know that we did.
She's kind of gone dark ever since.
Yeah.
She was revealed that she was a female.
Yeah,
Shocking.
it's interesting.
She kind of liked the Schrodinger's cat phenomenon she had going.
God, I would have lost a lot of money to you on that one. I mean, a lot of money. I would have gone heavy on that.
Is she still alive?
Doug, did she pass on?
Well, I don't know.
Sure,
I haven't seen it in the paper. Can you imagine?
No.
Bill's wife.
Steve is the GOAT. How is this even a conversation? I do miss that caller Drew as well. That's from Arbor Day.
What makes his call so fascinating that he's the GOAT?
Now, why so grumpy this morning, angry?
Just
Well, I've
asking a
had a little
question.
thing with me and Steve for a while now, so it's not being grumpy. I like to know what his calls bring to the table that he makes him a GOAT.
This is entertaining.
Yeah, he's entertaining. I play golf with him. He's a fun guy.
Well, on the golf course, maybe.
I think you're jealous of his apartment.
I've never been in his apartment. I don't know.
It's right there at Ballpark Village,
I
overlooking
know
the
where he's
stadium.
at. I've never been in there.
Yeah.
I'll put Biff's place up against his.
Well, but that's the argument. It's not Biff against him. It's you against Steve.
Well, I've been in Biff's place. I can comment on that. I've never been in his place.
But you can imagine how nice it must be.
I'd rather not.
You'd rather not imagine that?
Yeah.
I've really grown tired of Mike, okay?
Because when I picture his apartment, I think of him laying on the couch at 3 o'clock masturbating.
Oh,
Who, Biff?
I thought that was your apartment.
No,
Everybody masturbates at 3 on this show.
He calls in and says what he does. He wakes up in the middle of the night, he goes and masturbates.
Oh,
God, if you're beating it at 3 a.m.
Stephen Wildwood has just issued a statement, Doug. This just came in. Thanks, guys. Don't worry. Loomster is a contrarian douche. And the best part of Eric in the Central West End was that piece of ass caller Jordan. And Iggy, well, we all know. Doug, what does that mean? Iggy, well,
I don't
we
know.
all know.
Here comes more anger.
We all know what.
Steve, what? Colin?
I don't know.
Call in and bore us for 30 minutes and then get to the question.
KG Noton says, I've been to Steve's place. It's top notch. What a guy. What a ride.
Well, there was about 40 people up there during the TMA day at the ballpark. He
Was there?
invited everybody up there.
You didn't go, though?
No. Everybody was up there.
D. Donald, would you quit asking me about panties?
Guys, maybe KG and O-Town and Stephen Wildwood should start a podcast. That's from the Hunchback
Yeah.
of On Castle.
Call it Hey Boys.
That's not bad. I'd listen to Pepper and Genie, and I'd listen to Hey Boys.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the Pepper and Genie podcast network.
I'm serious. The Pepper and Gene Podcast Network has blue feet.
We could just, me and Iggy doing 5 separate podcasts about 5 separate things. Well, the Game of Thrones one,
Right.
NYPD Blue.
You get your boy Cucky to do some construction tips.
I always enjoyed the construction tips.
Me and Iggy are just here till 3 o'clock, just banging out podcasts.
Yeah.
Loading them
Content
up.
Don't you like to learn how to fix things and how to build things?
Oh, God, yeah. But I don't own a home yet, so I really don't have the need.
I want to do a music podcast. I can't play music, though.
Bad beat.
Well, you could sing.
Iggy was invited, but he's so effing petty that he wouldn't come up because the puker was here. That's from Steve, and he's in Wildwood.
No, I wasn't invited.
Uh-oh. Is that the source of the consternation here?
What?
That you weren't invited to Steve's apartment?
No.
or whatever?
Well, I wouldn't have went because of that, but I wasn't invited.
Because of what? Because of the...
No, Katie was there.
So you wouldn't go?
No.
Well, I thought you guys were on good terms.
I do, but I'm not going to go hang out with Katie and
Why not?
50 dudes.
Why not?
Sounds like a good video for me.
Sounds like a TMA Live.
Well, it was. It was all TMA people.
So why wouldn't you hang out with them?
Well, I wasn't invited. So he's lying about that.
Hello, I'm leaving.
KG, why do you continue to try and antagonize Iggy? You want to pick on somebody? How about you try me? That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
Oh,
wow.
Gosh.
Little call out right there.
Yeah.
Warson Woods Wacko
bitch.
contacted me last night, and he said, why don't you get one of your friends, and I'll get one of my friends, and we can be friends. And by that, let's go play for some roles. Let's go play for some roles. I don't know what he was wanting.
What kind of roll? Like hot cross buns or something?
Cash.
Oh, cash.
Even better, I'd like to put the Licks versus him. Let those two
Mr.
go
Licks
at it.
versus Warson Woods Wacko?
Yeah.
What if Mr. Licks is like a +2?
He's not. Let's just settle on the golf course with me, too. I'd go with the Warson Woods Wacko all day.
I thought they were settling it with the balance sheet showdown at Starbucks.
Well, they can do that by playing for $100 a hole, $1,000 a hole.
$1,000.
Well, they got that kind of money, supposedly.
Chase this dough and get money. Nothing says old money like a 9-hole match with 7 pops aside.
God, yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, I'm rolling it in for 7. All right, you got it. You can pick up.
Triple bogey wins you 10 grand.
Straight up, $1,000 a hole.
That'd be a
I'd come out for that.
I'd watch that.
Oh, I'd watch that for sure.
Carryovers?
Watch a guy melt down and probably get a divorce afterwards after losing 18 grand on
I
the
just wanna see
course.
what
The thing is, that the $1,000 might be like $10 to him. I don't know what the situation is.
That is true.
I was listening to an interview on the way out here, actually. Billy Walters was on No Laying Up podcast. I listened to it. Yeah, pretty good. Listened to it this morning from about 5:30 to 6 and listened to the rest of it on my way out here. Good stuff. I've come to the conclusion, Billy Walters, Doug the Gambler, who said Phil Mickelson called him to bet on the Ryder Cup in 2012. And then Mickelson, how much did he say Mickelson lost, Jackson? I feel like you're the person who would know the answer to this.
He said $100 million.
That's what I thought it was.
I thought it was maybe even more. Like, I thought it was
But he's
a crazy
bet
number.
like $1 billion?
His daily bets are 144,000, but in terms of
Okay,
somebody
yeah, you got
making
that.
100,000, that's equivalent of $250. I remember that math being.
All right.
So
surprised that
put it
he's
in
made
context of his.
He said he did not bet on the Ryder Cup.
Right.
So when Mickelson said that he didn't, he said that's accurate. He said, but the thing is, he did call him. He said Phil's a guy, and you can kind of tell that he gets really high with the highs and really low with the lows, and he probably felt like the team was going to win, and he was just all excited, and so he called them. And then Billy Walters said, I said, don't you know anything about Pete Rose? You can't do this. You're going to destroy your life by doing this. Now, my biggest conclusion from the interview is the following, is that had Mickelson testified, Billy Walters would not have gone to jail for 31 months. And so, if you're looking for the why as to why Billy Walters is telling this story, I believe it is in some form retribution, because while he was in prison, he has a son who, as he called it, has intellectual issues, and he nearly died 2 or 3 times while he was in jail for 31 months, and he has a daughter who killed herself while he was in prison. And he said, I can never forgive Phil for that. So for somebody who probably has a lot of secrets, I was wondering why he would go that route. I guess he's 76 or 7 now. And so that is my conclusion from the interview. I haven't read the book yet. Is the book out? Anybody know if the book's out? Is it a new report? Is that a new report?
I don't know if it's a new report or not.
I thought right around now. I thought middle of August it was coming.
Is that right? I got to read that. I bet he's got some entertaining stories.
I'm surprised Mickelson.
Obviously.
I know Mickelson's made a boatload of money. I'm surprised he's had $1 billion to gamble. That's $1 big number.
Well, he had a $250 million net worth, and he was making about $50 to $60 million a year. Because that's the thing. The gentleman hosting the interview for the No Laying Up podcast, which is up there, I would recommend listening to it, said, do you think that he was irresponsible? And he goes, well, it's not my place to say. He goes, but if we're doing the math, the answer is actually no, because he had a $250 million net worth, and he was making $50 to $60 million. It wasn't like he was just, again, I say just sitting there with $250 million. He had money coming in.
But that's still not $1 billion to gamble.
Right, but $1 billion to gamble doesn't mean $1 billion in losses.
Yeah, he's lost 120 to 150 million.
So if you apply that's you got to.
But how could he even gamble $1 billion if he doesn't have it yet?
It's over years.
It's over probably
he didn't make a $1 billion bet. It's all of his bets. And what Walters was saying, we have to track it for the IRS. That's what he does. So he tracks it. It was interesting to hear why he forms these partnerships with people is because he can't bet places. And so when he can form a partnership with somebody, then he can place bets through them.
Yeah,
if you bet over a 10-year period of time and you bet $100,000 a year, that's $1 billion.
It is not.
Nice.
It's $100,000. It's
$100,000 a year for 10 years is $1 billion.
$100 million. I didn't say 100,000. $100 million a year. Already has that.
But he's not making $100 million a year.
But apparently. He wins half of it. He doesn't lose it all. So he loses half of it. Okay,
but
lost
according
$50
to this, he doesn't earn $100 million a year. He's got a net worth of more than that, but he's only earning $50 million.
So, Doug,
you're telling me he's spending twice what he earns every year?
For example, like there was a day in the book, I think it's an excerpt. There was a day he bet 42 bets for baseball in one day. 42 bets. I think it was like 158 grand he bet in a day. So like that's how you get to that number is betting 150,000
That's still
a day.
A long way from $1 billion.
But that's that's what he does in a day.
Here's a text from an excerpt from the book, Doug. It comes in from our friend, the Birthday Hawk.
Oh.
He writes, between 2010 and 2014, Walters says that a partial picture of Mickelson's gambling ledger shows that he bet $110,000 to win $100,000, a total of 1,115 times, $220,000 to win $200,000 more than 800 times, and in a single day in 2011 placed 43 bets on baseball alone that led to $143,500 in losses. In all, he wagered a total of more than $1 billion during the past 3 decades, Walters writes.
So that makes sense in that time frame, though.
How does he have time to do all this? How do you have time to research and then bet? I guess you don't research. You just say, yeah, give me this, give me that.
Yeah, it's that part right there. This is we want to make a clarification because glove blogger Tom Traven is covering the show, and he says, "Did I just hear if you bet over a 10-year period, you bet $100,000 a year? That's $1 billion." Wow, that's
I corrected
from
myself
and
said $100 million. How about that, buddy? Just corrected myself.
He 100% corrected himself.
Glove blogger Tom Traven.
But it wouldn't be. It'd be $1 billion. It'd be one.
Strap on a glove and stick it up your ass.
It'd be $1 million.
That'd be a fun podcast.
100,000 for 10 years is $1 million.
I said 100 million. I corrected myself. 100 million.
I just can't imagine how he has that much to bet 100 million.
But
a year.
Doug, I don't think you understand the golf sponsorship aspect. I mean,
they're saying he makes up 50 million a year, not 100 million a year.
Well, now he said over 30 years.
Is he even old
you think
enough
he bet it last week?
Well, so he was doing this in his 20s too? Betting that kind of money? He didn't have that kind of money in his 20s.
He was betting in Tin Cup. He was betting if Roy McAvoy could hit the shot.
I bet you in his mid-30s he was still making $5 to $10 million annually.
I don't know. I just wonder if the guy's not exaggerating.
Admiral Pager is serving notice for deposition. Iggy, $100,000 over 10 years is $1 billion. Doug, no, it isn't. Iggy, I didn't say it is. That is an effing land speed record for lying. That's from Admiral Pager.
Because I thought I said 100 million. I know I didn't realize I said 100,000. And I corrected myself. My God.
The math on the 500 women is now suspect AF with how Ken is doing his math. Thanks. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
Well,
something else to add to the 40-man roster and Brown and everything else.
Oh, yeah. Brown's the new it girl. That's the one you want to take to prom right now because that is hot item. In and out was it?
Yeah, I forgot about that too. The ice.
I heard that part of the bit when I came into the show, and he goes like, yeah, I'll take her on a date to Brown and talk about the 40-man roster. Oh, man. That's great.
It's probably never happened.
That definitely
Probably never has anyone on the campus of Brown University discussed the Cardinals' 40-man roster.
Orson Woods Wacko on the $1,000 a hole match with Mr. Licks said, Licks, don't worry, after the $1,000 a hole match, I will let you go on a payment plan. That way your father-in-law won't know you lost $15,000. That's from the Orson Woods Wacko.
Okay.
So
sounding pretty confident.
Sounds like. Doug, do we have a handicap on
Mr.
Licks?
I don't. If you're going to play for that
be
kind
a
of
20
money.
at least.
I've seen I put his name in there unless there's more than one of his real name. I'm not going to give his real name out. And there was no handicap. It says no handicap.
Maybe he's a Grint guy.
No, his name was there, but there was no. They had his name there, but it says handicap.
What did he shoot at Muirfield?
He had no scores. So I guess he's registered, but he doesn't have a handicap.
I still think if you're going to have that kind of bravado and call people out, handicaps go out the window. You just play straight up. You can't call somebody out.
Orson Woods Wacko, we're playing straight up then.
Yeah, if you're a 20 handicap, you can't call somebody out who's a 4 handicap and said, I'll beat your ass. Hey, thanks for the 3.
Well, he probably said that because he knows he's getting 16 shots.
No. Straight up.
Why would a 20 play a 4?
Someone in the restroom.
Yeah, it's a strong stream.
Oh, wow. And that can't be one of us.
It's not.
Who is it?
Oh, I'm not going to.
Dude, it sounds like he poured a gallon of milk down the
really
toilet.
is.
I mean, that
Nice
thing.
prostate guy.
Did they bring a hose in and they're refilling the toilet, or?
I'll tell you in the break.
Wow.
Oh.
I do have a handicap, and I will disclose what I shot at Muirfield off the air. It's from Mr. Licks.
Why off the air?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
Well, it's no secret who our title sponsor is, Doug, and the name is Ryan Kelly, and he's online at thehomeloanexpert.com. Wow, 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 wow.
And if you get into debt because you've lost a golf bet or something else, or more likely it's because of credit cards, Ryan Kelly can help you get out of it. I've refinanced twice with Ryan Kelly to help pay off college tuition, but you can use it for whatever kind of money you want. If you want to refi and get a cash out, refi with that. The average credit card interest rate right now over a whopping 24%. That's the highest it's been in 30 years, and with inflation, people carrying more debt than ever, it's a bad thing. Put that equity to work for you with a simple cash-out refinance. The average home loan expert receives more than $54,000 cash out on their refi. You could take that and pay off that credit card debt. You'd be in much better shape. Also, he likes to do things for the veterans. He's got that Hero Loan. You can go to HeroLoan.com, and using your VA benefits, you can get a zero-down mortgage. Our customer-first approach to mortgages is what separates the home loan expert from the competition. They will walk you through all your options, provide expert guidance at every step, ensuring that your loan closes as quickly and smoothly as possible. That's our friend Ryan Kelly about to do that climb for the kids, 9th annual climb for the kids. He's going up the Grand Canyon. He's going down the Grand Canyon. Ah, yes, up. It's all for friends with kids with cancer. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you, Sir Morgan.
There it is. And if you're going to be barbecuing this weekend, how about making sure you're using that Andrea's barbecue sauce, Bill? Doug, you probably are wondering if I had chick-a-deedle-dee last night for dinner, and I did indeed. Yeah, the good people at Metabolic Meals. It's been since 2010. It's how the body just stays so tight and rewarding. And it's a lot of chicken, and then I use some dippins.
Oh, do you?
Dippins.
Andrea's?
Dippins with that Andrea's.
I had Andrea's last night on a pork chop.
Oh, did you really?
On a pork chop.
How'd it treat you?
Very. I'm pulling my whole...
Oh, no. It's so good. It's at Andrews.com. It's at Schnucks. It's at Dierberg's. And, of course, you have the Andrea's Steak Sauce and Andrea's Steakhouse. And it's located in O'Fallon off of Collinsville Road. God, it trips me up. It's in O'Fallon, Illinois off of Collinsville Road.
Yeah.
It's not in Collinsville off O'Fallon Road.
No. Who even knows where it is anymore?
And there's no way to get that information. No. It's Andrea's. Max, Becca, they do wonderful work, and my goodness, am I in love with that barbecue sauce. Wonderful sponsor here of TMA. Golf Talk on TMA is brought to you by the Ascension Charity Classic. For sponsorship packages or to purchase tickets to the PGA Tour Champions event September 5th through the 10th, visit AscensionCharityClassic.com. And at 10 o'clock today, blues tickets, single-game blues tickets go on sale. How about that?
Nice.
Win tickets on the TMA app, promo code BLUES, to the Blues game on November 7th versus Winnipeg. That's retro long-sleeve T-shirt night. Single-game tickets for the Blues 2023-2024 season go on sale at 10 a.m. today. check out the full promotion schedule and to secure your seats for the upcoming season, visit stlouisblues.com.
We need to get Jackson a Winnipeg jersey. And
Yeah, would you
hopefully
like it?
one that doesn't say Winnipeg, but just WPG on it.
They got a slick uniform, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the
Mount
beautiful
Rushmore
logo.
of hockey sweaters in the NHL go.
Detroit Red Wings,
Wow.
Toronto Maple Leafs, New York Rangers, and the LA Kings.
Where's the Blues?
The LA Kings one that looks like the Chevy logo.
How about the Blues?
If you name 4 jerseys and don't put the Blackhawks in there, there's something wrong.
I got to tell you something. I agree with Ken Strode.
I like it. It'd probably be if I got an honorable mention slot, I would put it in the honorable mention slot. But I like the 4.
It's one of the best sweaters in the history of the game.
Yeah, not only the Native Americans, but you got the, I don't know what they're called.
Shrubs.
Nice.
No, on each shoulder.
Patches.
Yeah, shrubs.
A patch.
Are they
Shoulder shrubs.
axes?
Tomahawks.
Tomahawks. Yeah, you get both tomahawks on each shoulder.
Yeah, I'll take the 4 I put up there.
See, mine are Calgary. You got Seattle, Chicago, and Philly.
Seattle gets in there.
Yeah, I think what they did with theirs in their color scheme is perfect.
No fooling.
Seattle
Manuple eligible
cracking, they
says
killed it.
the Blackhawks jersey is the number 2 overall jersey in all of sports behind the Cardinals. Manuple eligible. That's his Gallup
The
poll.
Cardinals definitely don't have the best jersey.
The Canadians' red
Cardinals have a
jersey.
great home jersey.
Yeah, like, I think
the
you gotta-
road thing is
Grays
truly
are
an
to more-
abomination for
Yeah.
how great the home jersey is. The
Grays are-
delta between the quality of the Cardinal home jersey and that blah road red 1980s 90s crap. Fix it, the wallet.
What's
I like
weird is I had a lot of jerseys as a kid. I never owned a Blues jersey.
That is weird.
My first jersey was a Blackhawks jersey, number 3, Keith Magnuson.
Redhead.
I had a Vancouver Canucks jersey.
They got a good one. That blue and green. jersey.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of them over the
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
I like
different
that
colors
one
and
a
everything.
I had a
lot.
Rangers jersey. I forget what I guess maybe Ron Duguay's number I had.
You think he's hot,
Doogie,
right?
watch him. He can fly.
Yeah, he's still hot. He's dating Sarah Palin. And I
Sarah
had a-
Palin.
And Ron Duguay.
He's dating Sarah Palin.
Really?
Yeah. And I
Isn't
had
she
a,
considerably old? Well, maybe not, because it's been a while since he
Yeah,
played.
I think he's probably 60. She's probably early 50s, I think.
Dude, the Calgary Flames, just their current and old school jerseys, road, home, all of it, their alternates are sick.
Beautiful logo.
Yeah, like Calgary, I think, is the mecca of hockey sports jersey.
I own a Brown University jersey that I'm willing to give you, Iggy. I got it from a guy that was on their 40-man roster. That's from the South City Hoosiers.
I'll take it.
I would like to have a brown university. Their colors aren't brown, are they?
I had one from their
No, they are.
state. I had a Bruins jersey. I think I had John Busick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doug, how would you like one of these jerseys?
Brown. Is that
Nice.
brown or is that orange?
Yeah, Brown University
Beautiful B
basketball
logo.
jerseys. Yeah,
Nice B,
dude.
Bill.
Nice.
That's
They play hockey, I
Sick.
think. Brown University.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure they do.
I'll take a Brown University hockey jersey.
There we
It's
go.
actually a slick
they are right
uniform.
there, yeah.
Brown with a little red in there.
Brown and
love
red. You don't
that.
see those colors just everywhere.
That
I
is
think it's good.
they don't clash.
It's like a bad night at Taco Bell.
Oh yeah,
And I had a Golden
that's
Seals
definitely in the
jersey.
toilet.
Carl Vadney.
Thanks, Ken, for the info. Can you go through your baseball and football jerseys, too? Maybe Tim can tease it for the 9 o'clock hour. That's from Steve, and he's in Wildwood.
Well, I've never owned any. I don't think I've ever owned a baseball jersey except for my Little League.
The NBA jerseys I love them, but I never can wear them.
It's a tough wear.
I don't have the arms. Do you wear it shirtless? Do you wear a?
You have to go to a festival and take Molly to wear it.
I think that's almost right. I love the hockey jersey because you could pop it over a hoodie in the winter. You know, you can pop it on and off. Football jersey is always comfy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I never was able to. I had myself a Scottie Pippen jersey as a kid. Remember loving that red.
3-3.
Oh, I love
Trey.
the red.
Not a lot of people wore jerseys back in the 60s and 70s.
I couldn't see it. Yeah, I wouldn't.
They weren't even for sale. You couldn't even find them anymore.
But those are like wool jerseys, though, right? Like, I'm not dating it back to like the 20s and like everything, but like those jerseys were probably
I think
not
into the 60s.
manufactured as much. 'cause
Well,
they
we still had clothing back then.
I'm not
I'm
saying
just saying for some reason people didn't wear jerseys.
But those
I don't know
jerseys
why.
were thick. They were big. Like they didn't look like they would be resale. Like now you can do throwback jerseys, like Mitchell and Ness do, and like do all those old school '60s uniforms with football and basketball.
But nowadays, when someone goes to a Cardinal game, a lot of thousands of people go to their closet and put on a Cardinal jersey and go. I'm telling you, in the 60s and 70s, people didn't have those
They had
jerseys.
fedoras on.
They didn't have them.
They're not in their closets. They're pulling them out of their dressers because they're giveaways, and they're just basically pieces of, I wouldn't even call it cloth.
Oh, yeah.
What's your beef with the giveaway?
No, I was just about
Trashing
to...
the jersey, whether it's in a closet or
Aren't you
a
a big
dresser?
benefactor?
Yeah, you don't hang those things up. You just, well, I give them away. I don't wear them.
Some people fold them and put them in their closet.
Dude, so I'm
Put 'em in a
100%.
dresser.
I'm 100% with Iggy. The reason why uniforms weren't really prevalent because Mosaic did not exist yet. So when he came into play, that's when everybody started getting the giveaways.
Well, I will say it has
and
nothing to do with the
jersey.
giveaways. That's the marketing department.
There you go, Doug. So
Oh, he definitely has something.
Well,
to
he's
giveaways.
Hey guys, do you think Sarah Palin knows who Lisa Ann is? I would say 100%. Yes.
I would agree.
I would say yes.
There it is. I guess we covered that.
She may not have met her, but she knows who she is.
I don't know if they probably crossed paths.
I don't know.
Not on set?
No.
She did a good Palin.
What is this? A picture of two guys embracing each other as one pisses?
Oh.
Doug, what is this?
Is that from our bathroom?
Oh, gosh. Where was that?
What is this? Can we talk about this on a Friday morn? What is it? And it says Plowsy Jackson, teamwork makes the dream work?
It's Plowsy and Jackson?
No.
Those are nice urinals, though, that you guys are
really
embracing
nice.
in front of.
Look like,
one of them really-
Japanese urinals. Like those are from the future.
One of them's really drunk and the other guy's holding him up. Is that it?
No, I think it's like, well, there's two open urinals. That's what has me confused. Because, like, pack game, I can understand it. But when you got open urinals.
Doug, you ever share a urinal with the guy at a pack game?
No.
Now, when you say holding him up, what do you mean by that?
Here, take a look at the
Keeping him from falling
They're
down.
like arm in arm, like they're doing
Well, where's
a wedge
his other
on the
arm?
kickoff.
Where's his other hand? Holding that up?
One guy I can see is holding
Those two
his
trash
glove.
bags there?
Trash bags?
Urinals, bro.
What are those two things to the left?
Urinals.
Urinals.
You've never been in a men's room?
I couldn't see. I saw him at a urinal. I saw like two trash bags next to him.
Do you like urinals that go all the way to the floor? The big tall
No.
ones?
Yeah, like in a bowling alley.
Yeah, it splashes on your feet.
It seems like overkill.
There's ones that they literally deliberately want you to look at the other man's ween.
They don't.
Like there's no dividers. It's like I don't like the urinal to have the long pushed out front where the urinal is. So you have to back up in order to so you're basically in the middle of the floor.
Oh.
Just peeing. It's impossible not to look at the glove. I don't like that. Give me a little divider.
I can't pee next to somebody else.
Oh, I can pee anywhere, dude.
I can't.
I can poop anywhere too.
Oh.
I love having competitions, getting up next to a boy and going, all right.
Next to a boy. Oh.
Hog contest.
Oh, you want to take your rook there? All right, here's my knight. Going to D4.
Oh, you're playing chess while he's playing checkers.
That's right.
I tell these listeners we have TMA Lives, and I go in the bathroom, and there's, two urinals, two guys standing there, and I go stand over by the stall. He goes, Iggy, there's one here. I said, I'm not peeing next to you because you're going to ween peek.
Oh, all these years, all those intramural games you played.
Well, maybe as a kid, I didn't care, but you get adult, you just kind of, I freeze up.
All the stadiums
I'm
you've been
standing next to a
into.
guy holding his ween, and I freeze up.
Why would you freeze up? Keep your mind on your own business.
I can't go. I try, and I just can't go. So I go in the stalls from now on, if I have to at all.
Huh.
I go find a bush.
No, you don't do it outside.
Here's Michael Kay arguing with Peter Rosenberg about the downfall of the Yankees.
DJ LeMahieu is going to be better. We like Rizzo. He's not going to. They couldn't foresee he's going to have a concussion. I think they thought they were going to be a lot better, but now I think they see the flaw in that.
This, just being honest, this does sound sort of like excuse making, though.
Well, I don't give a crap what it sounds like. I'm telling you the reasons why it's happening. If you people want to say they're making excuses, I don't care anymore. I'm telling you the truth here. If you think it's making excuses, good, go crap in a lake. I don't care.
What's the point of the truth? They got it wrong. They always get it wrong.
No, that's ridiculous. They always get it wrong.
That is, over the last few years, they've gotten it wrong.
Really? They went to the ALCS last year. They really got it so wrong. They won the American League East. They won the American League East, the toughest division in baseball. They won 99 games. They always get it wrong.
Wait, so you want fans to be happy that they got embarrassed by their arch rival?
I'm not telling fans what to do. You can feel whichever way you want. I'm just telling you, you can't say they got it wrong when they won the final 4 team standing.
Wait, but I can't say they got it wrong if the best thing they could achieve in the last 3 years was getting swept by their arch rival. That's getting it wrong.
That's your definition of wrong. Now, the Mets got it wrong this year, and the Yankees got it wrong this year.
The Mets punted. The Mets all out straight up said, we got it wrong. We're punting. The Yankees are refusing to do so when they should.
All Peter's doing, Michael, is just backing up the words that they said. What did Judge call last year? He called it a failure that they lost to the Astros.
I get it. I get it, but you can't say they always get it wrong like they're a bumbling organization that can't get out of its own way and doesn't make the postseason. That's stupid. You sound like a fan.
Oh.
Cut that off.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Michael Kay did play-by-play for them?
He does. It's such a weird thing that it's great that he is I don't know what the right word for candid.
Opinionated?
Yeah, in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
How wonderful is that? Yeah, and he hosts Afternoon Drive, right? He hosts Afternoon Drive on the ESPN.
When does he go to the game?
Those are long days, you'd think.
Him, Rosenberg, and Don LaGreca, who has the great hair.
Man, I like that drive.
I mean, what if he's caught in traffic? He misses the game.
I think he does them from Yankee Stadium.
No.
You sound like a fan. You sound like a fan.
Oh.
You sound like a fan.
Gosh. Yeah. Some fans expect you to win it every year.
Yankees haven't been below 500 in 30 years.
But they get it wrong every year.
Just arguing to be arguing.
Why don't you guys have passion like this? Mitch, to me, it meant somebody. To me, it meant being somebody in a neighborhood full of nobodies comes team.
We tried. I screamed for a while, hoping to get one of those $5 million a year Fox contracts.
How's it going so far?
My phone never rang, Tim. Phone never rang.
Maybe you could partner with Skip Bayless.
That's who I wanted to partner with.
It'd be a good partnership.
Yeah.
Richard
for $5
Sherman.
million,
Richard Sherman got the gig, I think.
I'd partner with Lucifer himself for $5 million a year.
So Richard Sherman, someone else is going to be like doing it too. Someone not in sports. It was really weird. Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
Okay, we'll just wait till you look that up. You could use the time kill music right now, Plowsy. Jackson's looking something
Little
up.
Wayne will be on every Friday to debate.
Oh, nice. To watch
Oh
it.
my God.
That'd be sick.
Like what?
What the hell are they doing?
Like I love Wheezy, but I wouldn't put him on Undisputed. What do I know?
Well, I don't know.
But yeah, Richard Sherman's going to be doing it with him.
Oh, man. Apparently, Stephen A. Smith has like 3 times the ratings, too.
3 times the ratings is who?
Skip.
Aren't
his
not
program.
the same show anymore?
No. I think Skip's on Fox and Stephen A. on ESPN.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp, former Skip partner, is going to go join Stephen A.
Yeah, I know. They'll corner the market at this point.
On takes? Corner the hot take market?
Take Monopoly.
I think Skip messed up by letting Stephen A. walk.
Orlowski's going to wet his beak a little, though.
Orlowski.
Oh, man, that dude just waiting in the wings. He's one of the kids on the bench just, like, ready.
I don't mean this in a bad way, but
Skip
Bayless just looks like somebody like to smash in the face with a 2x4.
Yeah, you couldn't take that. You couldn't take that in a bad way.
Yeah.
I took that
positive thing.
That felt heartfelt.
Why would you want to smash him?
He just has that look like you just want to smash him every time you see him.
With a 2x4. Like 8 foot or 10 foot long?
Whatever I can pick up.
The standard is 8 foot.
8 foot.
Okay.
Or just the back of my hand.
Oh, don't you think he'd hit you back?
Yeah, it's just a figure of speech. You look at him, you just want to punch him.
Oh, come on, that's violent.
Hit him in the face with a 2x4.
With a 2x4.
Doug, the New York Post has ranked the biggest disasters, John Heyman, of the 2023 season. Would you like to take...
This is baseball?
That's correct.
For teams?
That's correct.
Mets.
Yeah,
That's number 1.
Yeah.
Padres.
No.
Cardinals have got to be there.
Cardinals number 3.
Yeah. Probably Yankees.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Cardinals number 3.
Indians?
Please apologize.
Oh, Guardians.
Thank you.
Well,
White Sox 4.
Hope you're not canceled.
Padres 5. With regards to the Cardinals way lost its way for 2023 anyway. The pitching was obviously below par, but that doesn't explain everything. The vaunted defense, which ranked consistently in the top 5, was also so-so. Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, relief pitching, to me, is what got him.
Didn't do much research there.
I don't think it's the defense. The defense hadn't been what it's been in the past, but I don't think the defense was the difference. I think it was the pitching.
With regards to the Mets, writes, Who else? When you originally spend $364 million plus another $111 million on tax, down to $344 million and $99 million after the fire sale, you beat the crowded field. The only players to outperform were David Robertson, Tommy Pham, Francisco Alvarez, and Doug, do you say Kodai Senga?
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only four that outperformed. Now Tommy Pham's raking in Arizona. So
Yeah. Yankees are in last place, too. Cardinals are back in last after losing 2 in a row. Let me see what their Vaughn index is.
Where you got 'em?
You guys got just a second?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Let's see, 54 and 68. Runs scored home and away. And, fielding.
I hear more piss.
Batting average.
You hear it?
We're going at it, man. Gotta stop.
Jackson, is that you?
No, I'm back here.
There's the flush.
Oh, wow.
There's the flush. Minus 11 is the Cardinals' Vaughn index, by the way.
We're just going to have to play the time kill music anytime anyone goes to the
Dude,
bathroom.
those streams.
What is going on? Those are passionate streams.
They really are. Could we put maybe more
Who was in there
padding
the
on
first
that?
time?
I said I
can't
won't
say
say
it
it on
there,
air.
yeah. Let's call people out today.
I don't know if it's cool to just
It's
announce on
Paul
the
Giamatti.
radio who's in the bathroom at work.
The south wall needs more insulation.
But
I don't know. I like it. I actually think
I kind of know which shows abide by the clock and which don't.
or you might not putting into account maybe video guy, promotion person. I mean, there's.
I think it was a
people
Super Bowl
heroic.
champion. It's Ryan.
It was not.
Do you really?
Oh, really?
It was not.
Huh. Yeah, the people down at
Moon
that
uses
end,
it.
they're much closer to that restroom that's down there.
Yeah, I've seen the Super Bowl champion use it. Moon uses it.
Really?
Yeah, people on the west end.
Jackson didn't give me a no, so I'm on Moon.
No, it wasn't. It was not Moon.
Well, you're not going to say yes if we guess anyway.
I think
I don't think you will guess. So I don't
Well,
think
we
you're
can
gonna
hope.
get everybody.
Wow. So off air? We off air?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you off air, but yeah, I don't.
No,
think
I'm telling you, it's the person's responsibility off air.
No.
Oh, now it's intriguing.
Boy, is it ever.
It's like a scandal about like just who had to go urinate.
Well, everybody
such
probably
power,
does that
though.
at work a couple times a day, right?
I'll go Remy.
Nope.
One of those convy boys.
Nope.
Rock.
No.
We'd
No.
have
Rock
heard-
is West End.
We'd have
West
heard
End
the tuba
folks.
playing.
AD.
No.
Riz.
Also West End. No.
Rafe. Got it.
Got it.
Well, there's two people.
Two guys were in there?
Two people in there at the
No,
same
yeah, it's me
time.
and Blasey.
Damn. Little swords.
No. Well, we've announced two people have urinated.
Hey, guys, could you please have Plowsy go back and clip off Iggy saying didn't do much research there? That's from the 618.
I wasn't talking about me, but
It was KG. He's in there for onboarding. That's from Mudjack Mike.
Oh,
Onboarding goes on in the bathroom.
Onboarding.
No, it was not KG.
Jamie Rivers did a heel turn yesterday, or Jackson might consider it a face turn.
oh, why?
I was sitting in here. Doug, what time would you say it was?
I don't
About
know.
noon?
I don't know what time it was.
And Jackson comes in, and here's Jamie Rivers, and he's saying that he's going to contact HR because I'm being too hard on his boy Piddles.
Oh, really?
When he's the one who gave Jackson the nickname Piddles.
Right, which is derogatory.
And has been very concerned as the level of hockey knowledge Jackson brings to the table. And then earlier this week, he was supportive on Jackson not knowing what the Monday Night Miracle was, and now he's saying that he's going to bring me to HR for being too hard on his boy Piddles.
Well, he's going to hold some people accountable. He's got
So.
this big job now.
Yeah,
He's
I guess
gonna
that's the deal.
bully people around a
Right.
little bit.
Yeah.
well, I think he knows that Jackson was the runner-up for the job.
Yeah, maybe that's what
So
it
if
is.
something happens to him, he knows he won't slip up, and Jackson's in there.
Have him nipping on his heels.
He
trying to
started
be
calling
nice.
Jackson Piddles just to take his legs out from under him.
What he did.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that holds water. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, if you don't know who Glenn Hall is, that should not be a disqualifier to be the main analyst for the Blues.
I think it's the draw. Like, it's the draw to have someone who doesn't know their ass
It would
for
be
all on the
funny.
ground.
It would be funny to see somebody bring up one of the great players in the history of the league and have the analyst said, never heard of him.
Yeah, 82 games, they can get the tad dry. You bring me in for the flavor.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a guest appearance, like just sporadic features where I learn about the game of hockey.
Yeah.
Put me between the benches.
And John
Talking over with the boys.
Yeah.
And John-
Introduce yourself to the players.
Put me right. No, what you do is you put me in the sin bin, and I interview players after they get a penalty.
Yeah. The second they get in there.
Yeah, and pray they don't murder me.
And John Kelly could say things like, boy, we haven't seen a shot like that since Brett Hull. And you can say, who?
Yeah, I think it'd be great. Listen, you got to adapt or die. Like, this is the new wave. Clueless sports talk.
It would be fun to see a game with clueless announcers who are kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't know that would play the whole season, but just a game every now and then.
That would be good to put somebody on every broadcast of every sport who knows nothing about the sport.
Yeah.
Right.
Put somebody in the fairway walking the 18th. What's John Rahm got? I don't know how to take those steps. Somewhere between 150 and 200. All right, uphill lie. It's going to go a little left. What's an uphill lie? I don't know.
Yeah. We play the clip of Sergio Dip all the time saying having the time of his life.
Yeah.
Man,
We don't play clips of just a guy doing their job.
No.
Word on the street is that Piddles is so big time he has a parking spot with his name on it on the hill. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my word, Doug. What has
Where
happened?
is this?
As a joke, someone at my new apartment put a sign up that says, like, parking for Piddles only.
It says Piddles or does it say Jackson?
Piddles.
It must be Rivers.
I think Jamie Rivers took the time out of his day to do that.
Someone in your apartment knows that you're Piddles?
Yeah.
And so does everyone else respect that and stay out of that spot?
No, there's always there's a car there. Yes, the person who put it up parked there to put it up and then kept their car there.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So where do you park?
You find the spot.
On the street?
Don't worry about me. I'm not trying to dox myself and say where I live. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be careful about
You
it.
park on the street somewhere?
Yes.
Oh.
Maybe.
We had a lady when I lived down at the other end who would always take the first spot, and she never left the house. I actually said to her one day, I said, why do you take that spot? You don't drive.
Because she's an older
The rest
lady.
of us have to park. No, she wasn't. The rest of us have to park way here in the back when we leave 3 or 4 times a day. You never leave your house and you take that spot.
Well, she beat you to the spot.
So the one day she left and I had I got in an unboxing. I had a cone. Somebody gave me I guess because that's one of the nicknames these people call me is...
Conehead?
No, what's it called?
Traffic cone?
Yeah, traffic cone.
Nice.
So somebody gave me a traffic cone. So I took it and I put it in the spot. When I left, I put it there, and then whenever I come back, I just take the cone, put it in my trunk.
That's mean-spirited.
But is it your spot?
No, I just don't want her to have it.
Why? Why so much animosity towards this gal?
Because she stole it. She shouldn't
She
be
didn't
there.
steal it. She parked there.
She shouldn't be there. She never leaves the house.
But that's her business.
Man, you're going to get some texts.
That was a long time ago, but now there's plenty of spots open.
So how often does a person have to leave
people
to
moving in don't have cars, so-
satisfy your desire for them to go in and out?
Well, like every day, go to work or something. And plus, she called the front desk on our my neighbor's dog. So she was a rat.
Thought the dog was a rat.
No, she was a rat. She ratted out because he had his dog out there, wasn't on a leash. I said, he plays Frisbee with the dogs. They're world champion Frisbee dogs. How can you throw a Frisbee on a leash? They don't hurt you. Why'd you call the office?
You said that to this gal.
Yeah. I was mad because then they made him put him on leashes and we couldn't play Frisbee anymore.
No, that doesn't make sense. Well, I'm sorry she took that spot you wanted.
Well, she's gone.
At least she got your evens.
And I don't live down there anymore anyway.
So you inappropriately blocked off a parking spot with a traffic cone so that no one could use it except for you.
Except for me, yeah.
Doesn't that seem a little unfair? Doesn't that seem more unfair than what the lady did?
No, somebody else is going to use it besides her. It might as well be me.
Huh. It just seems a little selfish.
They.
Yeah, it was.
But not by her, by you.
Well, I don't have that problem now.
Okay.
Plenty of spots.
Yeah.
She has romantic, she has family, and she has also sexy mode.
Well, mainly because the 40 people that moved in, none of them drive, so there's plenty of spots open.
Send your emails in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. It's coming your way at 9:45. Jackson and I will get our asses ripped for an hour. That's called Balloon Party. It airs from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on 101 ESPN. And you can talk it over with the Friends of the Feather in there on the YouTube, just like you can right now. Let's see how the YouTube's doing this morning. Let's see what we got. Doug, you want to see what's going on in YouTube?
Sure, yeah.
These are the actions, the most massive power Hoosier that ever lived. That's from Bob, and then is it Bob blah blah, law blogger?
I don't know that gentleman.
Donnie Braden says he's just an angry old man. Tom Summers says it's that adorable T-Bone. Did the Cards screw win out of rookie status for next year since they called him up? Ron Wagner could not be the Super Bowl champion since he is working afternoons today. Walrus King. He freezes because he's a curious boy. Tom Summers. My name is Adam. That's from Caller Adam.
Okay.
He's in there. You can talk it over with him.
No, I'm not interested, really.
Yeah, they're all in the YouTube chat. Talking it over.
Okay. I guess everyone's got to be somewhere.
Amen. And then on the other side of the break, we got Radio Wars.
Involving our little operation?
No.
Oh, good.
But certainly a name anybody in sportscasting would know. And he is described as a massive P word, and it rhymes with Rick.
Z-Man?
Z-Man.
In St. Louis or nationally?
National.
National. Huh.
And it all has to do with teasing.
I guess.
Not my tease.
So we can't guess.
Not my tease. The gentleman who's mad is mad about this guy talking about teasing. Teasing's a serious business.
Is it?
Is it Frank Frangie?
I can't give it away.
Yeah, that's fair.
We got to increase our TSL
Is it
here on
sports
HD2.
I mean, is it sports related or could it
Yes.
be news talk?
Sports.
Okay, I thought maybe it was Sid Rosenberg.
Why would you think it would be Sid Rosenberg?
Well, he's got the #1 news talk show in New York, and everybody's upset.
But he said somebody everyone would know.
I think everybody knows Sid Rosenberg.
No, they don't.
Yeah, he's been in 2 movies.
I don't care. I don't know who Sid Rosenberg is.
Everyone will tell you. We have to get better at teasing.
Okay, I think that's consultant talk. That's one of the things consultants can think of to say to get your program better. Teasing, that's what it is. Yeah, I'll tell them about teasing. They haven't thought of that.
You will find out about it. This guy is really upset about teasing also.
Oh.
I mean, it's... Yeah, so we'll have that for you. We have the drops of the week. We have the design, air, heating, and cooling email today. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studio.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan of TMA, and I am thrilled to have new clients on board Longo Biggs Injury Law. CD Longo and Doug Biggs. And Doug, the thing I want our audience to know is that you guys are local and you guys are different. Tell our audience how you're different.
Yeah, Tim, both CD and I are from St. Louis area, born and raised in the South City area or the South County area, and we are also thrilled to be part of the TMA family now. If anyone signs up with us for an injury case, their case is treated like they are family. We get to know you, we get to know the ins and outs of your case, and make sure we represent you like you are part of our family. We're not like one of the large firms in the area who might take your case and just treat you like another number or another file. You'll get our personal attention. It's either CD and I who will handle your case directly, and if you are injured in an accident, please remember us. You can visit us at longobiggs.com, and that's Biggs with 2 G's.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever. Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Want to play golf with Tim McKernan? Go to the TMA app for a chance to win a round of golf for you and a guest at Norwood Hills Country Club to play with Tim McKernan Monday, September 11th, the day after the Ascension Charity Classic Tournament. And if you win, you'll get Ascension Charity Classic swag with lunch and drinks included on the course. Don't miss your chance to play golf with Tim McKernan. Find out more on the TMA app or at tmastl.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at tmastl.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Are you tired of practicing on a brown and patchy playing field? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to the perfect solution. Introducing Clubhouse Turf, your one-stop destination for sport turf. Their sport turf is engineered for champions, providing a safe and high-performance playing service for all your favorite games. Baseball, football, soccer, you name it. With Clubhouse Turf, every game becomes a legendary showdown. Don't wait any longer. Call them now at 314-834-2339 or visit them online at clubhouseturf.com. Clubhouse Turf. Evaluate your game and make your dreams come true.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Engineer Design Facilities is moving forward as the EDF Group, the most experienced data center and critical facilities service provider in the St. Louis market. Check out the newly revamped website, theedfgroup.com, and take a look at each of the 3 divisions they have to offer. EDF Group is your one throat to choke for all your critical facilities, data center, commercial fire alarm, and electrical and IT infrastructure needs. To contact the EDF Group, email fire@theedfgroup.com. Experience the EDF Group difference and learn more at theedfgroup.com.
If you're like most folks, you probably added some credit card debt over the summer. Vacations, projects around the house, just living costs an arm and a leg these days. Have you thought about a cash-out refinance? Maybe you think that mortgage rates are too high. Take a look at those credit cards. Most of them are in the 20% range. With a cash-out refinance, you can pay off your credit cards, and when mortgage interest rates come down, we will refinance your loan with no lender fees to save you even more money. TheHomeLoanExpert.com. NMLS number 1326241.
You gotta be on acid to understand what's going on this show.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Well, Doug, you're right. They will be playing this in the clubs this weekend in St. Louis.
Why would they play this?
Because the Mets are in town.
Oh, that's right. Well, sure would be nice to win a couple in this series. It'd mean a lot to me.
And we're 2 weeks away from South Dakota coming to town.
Is that all it is?
13 days.
Wow. It always sneaks up fast. Because they're not in school at all, and then just a short time later, they're hip deep into it, playing games and everything.
People are Brady Cook's a captain. I saw that yesterday. I know this
people
is not
are
a
pissed,
topic.
you said?
It was, yeah, people were not happy that Brady Cook is a captain, meaning he could be the starter.
Colonel wrote that he expects both Sam Horn and Brady Cook to get playing time in the game against South Dakota. Doug, is it South Dakota or South Dakota State?
Just plain old South Dakota, I think.
Yes.
I get the hype for Sam Horn, 4-star. All-American, but I also don't understand he's 0 for 2 in his college career. So I don't understand
he's only
that.
played briefly, though.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying, but that's also the point. Like, I don't get... If you don't want to rebuild and you want to win now, I don't think Sam Horn's the guy to do it.
But how do we know? We haven't seen him. We saw him briefly his true freshman year.
No, but the coaches see him. They see him in practice.
Right.
You got to trust that they're playing the right guy.
Right, 100%. I agree.
It's the same old thing that the most popular guy in town is the backup quarterback. Everybody thinks that's the answer.
There's a lot of hiccup to drink, and I give him a lot of grief. His recruiting has improved a lot. But the quarterback situation is odd for being a guru, like you still can't figure it out. I think Brady Cook is a no-brainer, but obviously that's not the case. Year 4 or 5, I don't know what we're in the drink era right now, but you would think at that point you would have your for sure quarterback. So that's the only weird thing, if they don't recruit well in that department.
Doug, I'm a power Mizzou guy, as you know.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm a Colonel Lemming is what I am.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Colonel.
Yeah, he's kind of like our generation's Joe Strauss. And there was a post about Eli Drinkwitz was on Marty and McGee. Did you watch him on Marty
and McGee? I missed it. Willie McGee and Marty Marion? I didn't think he was with us.
They started doing a podcast.
Slats, they called it.
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I see what the Colonel wrote about it. He said, that reminds me a lot of the change Gary Pinkel went through after Aaron O'Neill died. He talked a lot about realizing he needed to let his guard down and love his guys. Not saying Drink is heading to 12-2 in a top 5 ranking in the next 2 years, but I do think there are some signs the guy is settling into his role and figuring some things out he probably didn't know in the first couple of years. That is the Colonel, Gabe DeArmond.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a certain feel, a certain touch that not just everybody would have to be an effective head coach. If you're going to be the guy that's doing most of the recruiting, I think you want to be known as a nice guy that everybody can get along with, someone you'd want to play for, and let the assistants be the hard ass if you need somebody.
But
Good cop, bad cop?
He's a guy like Lane Kiffin, though, that sometimes, like, he's cocky and has that persona and doesn't get out of his own way sometimes. I think trusting his staff, his players, and, you know, you can do the recruiting, but I think he wants to be that offensive guru that he painted as, and it clearly does not work as well with him calling plays. So I think he gets in his way a lot because of his personality and his, I don't know.
He has a lot of enthusiasm.
I'll give him that.
And sometimes people think that he celebrates a little too much over an average win.
And he does. He ran around the field
but that's mostly
with a
just
cigar in his
that's
mouth.
mostly just the cynics who think they ought to be winning every game.
No one celebrated that in a national title aspect. That's the problem, is it just makes you look bad. If that went for 10 or 11 wins, maybe. But you just got to the Duke's Mayo Bowl. And, that's the reaction. So I don't know.
When you're not a blue blood program and you work, almost round the clock to get a team prepared, you work your tail off to try to get everything together, and you get a big win, and you're a young coach, a lot of them just maybe celebrate more than what we think they should. I think he's one of those guys.
They got to win 8 games this year, I think, to be truly happy as a fan. With the schedule, I think that anything less, I know will get you into bowl. 7 or 6 will get you into bowl. I think 8 is so doable that.
Right. Being happy as a fan and being happy as a head coach are probably two different things.
Oh, yeah. He probably just made a bonus there. And
could well have. Yeah.
So
Could have
Plowsy
$1 million
hammers
to
the
him.
Cardinals for not putting the young players out there and seeing what they can do like Seattle, but sees it completely differently for Horn and the Tigers so that he can take his uninformed shots at Mozeliak and Drinkwitz.
Oh.
The character Plowsy plays has so many levels. I'm just happy to be able to witness it. That's from Shooter McGavin.
I'll explain it because Brady Cook is a proven SEC quarterback and Sam Horn is not. My examples were playing the Burleson and Motters, guys who aren't going to be the future, guys who really aren't even the present, not good. They're not the Mason Wynn type that should be up there. That's my thing. When you call up young players, you want the young player to be better than the guy they're playing, which Mason Wynn most certainly is better than Motter and Burleson.
Burleson's hitting 303 since the All-Star break.
Since the All-Star break. Let's look at season totals and where he is hitting in the lineup.
Strikeout rate.
Look at the strikeout rate. He's hitting 5th or 6th in the lineup when he should be 5th or 6th in the AAA team.
Strikeout rate's good.
So
It's really good.
Cook is better than Horn. That's my thing. Like, Cook is better than Horn.
What has Cook done to make you say that he's definitively better than Sam Horn?
The 3-game stretch when Drink didn't call
Thought we
plays.
wanted season totals.
But the problem is he was calling plays. It's a huge difference.
No,
like,
I agree.
Burleson just got hot, but like
I agree.
Cook's game completely changed when Drink did not call play. I mean, no turnovers, 10 touchdowns, was running the ball I think 90 or 100 yards a game. I mean, that's the type of guy that you look at and think that he's going to be. Drink got in his way. Nobody getting in Burleson's way outside of his own head. And I just there's a huge difference between 3 or 4 year college starters and 8 to 10 year major league starters too. It's just a different sport. So I don't think the same thinking can be.
You have to think the coaches
either
are at
sport.
least smart enough to play the better players. After all that they see in practice, you got to trust the coaches that at least they got the best guy out there, right?
Yeah, no,
because we never
agree.
see practice. We never see what goes on. How do we know how good Sam Horn is? And you want to have at least 2 of them ready to go, because it's not often that a quarterback gets through an entire season without ever having to miss a play, much less a game or 2 or 3.
But
So
a lot of
it's good to
4-star
have 2.
quarterbacks never get a sniff. And, it's all hit or miss. There are 3 or 4 that can't misses every year, but there's a lot of 4-star quarterbacks that come in and out of college programs every year that never get a chance to play. And maybe Sam Horn just wants to focus on baseball, which is just fine. He has opportunities. But not every 4-star should start just because they're a 4-star.
No.
If he hasn't shown it in practice, then that's not on Drink to just force him to play. It's on Sam Horn to win the job.
That's why they earn their playing time. And usually in situations where the public never sees.
And baseball is a lot of politics and a lot of paying players early. You know what I mean? Like, cutting an arbitration year short because you're calling up a Mason Wynn type. So, again, like, that thought process can be different in a college-level atmosphere than a professional baseball.
Good morning. My little brother is going to Mizzou for journalism, sadly.
Yeah.
And wrote this article saying Garcia is the answer at quarterback. And that was sent in. Missouri quarterback Jake Garcia can fix the Tigers' offense. Transferring over from Miami, Jake Garcia will play a key role in improving Missouri's struggling offense.
How does he know that?
That's an article.
He's been to he's in 3 high schools in 4 years, and this is his 3rd university.
Josh Bob Bill, who's he writing for?
Said he's going to Missouri.
Shut him up!
Oh.
I don't know who that's directed at.
Well,
but
I haven't said anything, so it can't be about me.
Probably to me. But I don't care because that's a listener, and I really don't care.
You could probably state a case for any of these guys based on what they did in high school and what they do in practice that they deserve to be playing, because they've all been stars, superstars, wherever they've played until they get to where they are right now.
Jake Garcia hasn't stayed more than a year at a program since his sophomore year in high school. Like, what do you... I mean, I wouldn't put any stock in a guy that's going to transfer when he doesn't win the starting job. This is exactly what's going to happen.
That's a made-up article. So
it's a made-up article?
I wouldn't say it's a made-up article. I just think look at the Garcia track record. I would put 0 stock in him
questioning
being a
everybody
reliable
now.
quarterback.
You want to question me? I'm questioning everybody.
Oh.
Missouri. Good football teams. Those college teams are good, huh? What are you going to do this year? I think pretty good stuff, huh?
There's a real Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde that goes on with Jackie when Mizzou is brought up. He goes from Nice Jackson to Rick very quickly. I love it. War Rick. That's from Lance Painter.
He needed to defend his team. I don't blame him one bit.
It's less so than that, because I think I can be somewhat objective, maybe not with basketball, but certainly with Mizzou football. And it's probably the sport organization I'm most invested in emotionally. So, yeah, I would say I defend it or come to the discussion with a little bit more panache.
Oh.
Panache, you like that, Doug?
I don't mind it. You want Sam Horn to get a shot?
Not necessarily. I just don't like. You have all these weapons in the wide receiver room, and from what I've seen of Ray Cook in his entire career, he is not accurate downfield. Doesn't even throw like tight spirals downfield. And if you want to look at the 2007 team, like the bombs that they would throw and just the creativeness on offense, I feel like Cook is too quick to go to his feet because he knows he can't trust his accuracy. And I want someone I'd rather have the ball in the hands of Luther Burden and guys and Theo Weiss, I think is his name, other than the quarterback.
He does have a Bradford vibe. I'll give you that. He's a check down guy. But
who, Cook?
Yeah,
no, because he can move. Bradford's biggest problem is he couldn't move.
Well, I'm saying Cook is he doesn't go for the deep ball.
Right, and that might be a Drinkwitz thing. That might be a play calling thing. But
Luther Burden go from 2 yards to 60 yards. He did that most of last year in the second half of the season.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm a Brady Cook Lemming, man. I don't know why.
It's probably it's got to be hard at the college level to have effective and consistent deep throwing offense. I mean, you got to have a really, really good quarterback, an NFL quality quarterback, because it's a hard thing to do. And if you don't have the offensive line, if you're outmatched on the offensive line, you're not going to have time to have that be your bread and butter. And unless you have a super quality throwing quarterback, you just can't make it work.
What did the Sid Rosenberg podcast say?
and when did he say it?
636.
Oh, we got to get around to the thing that you teased.
I don't think he has a podcast.
Deep tease. There won't be a Mike and Fred show anytime soon. Boston sports radio host Fred Toucher called Mike Greenberg a no-talent P, and then it rhymes with Jackson's character when he has a couple cocktails. During a rant about the famous ESPN host Tuesday on the show Toucher and Rich on Boston's 98.5 The Sports Hub. A discussion about the Jets veered off the rails when the show's host noticed Greenberg, a noted Jets fan, on the screen as Get Up debated the top threats to the defending champion Chiefs in the AFC, with the Jets being listed as number one. And that's when Toucher let the world in on his beef with Greenberg. The inspiration for Toucher's rant Tuesday stemmed from a Facebook article featuring Greenberg offering career advice, and Toucher labeled said advice as, quote, asinine.
Oh.
He's dropping the facade when he's talking. This isn't friendly Greenberg. This is business Greenberg. Listen to this no-talent P, Toucher said while diving deep into the media business. This guy who's making all this money, listen to his advice. If you're not writing out your teases, you're not hosting a show, end quote. Oh. He's like, you could be the funniest guy, the most interesting guy. You could know the most about sports, but it doesn't mean anything if you're not holding people over the brakes. I said, that's tremendous advice. If you're the most interesting, funny person in the world, really all it comes down to is your teases. What a hacky, dumb thing to say. Talk about a guy justifying his career. That's your career, that you've written out teases for what's coming up next. A tease in radio or television terminology is when the host previews what's coming in order to keep the viewer or listener to stay with the show through the commercial break. Mm-hmm. With the floodgates opened, Toucher's partners now jumped in. Johnny Wallach.
They're upset that Mike Greenberg has written out the teases? That's what this is about?
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Johnny Wallach.
Johnny Wallach said he served as an intern in the Chicago market in the 90s. And he had to help Greenberg, at the time an up-and-coming talent in radio and TV, prepare for his sports radio spots. Quote, what a pain in the ass that guy was, Johnny Wallach, 30-plus years ago. He would come in on a show that he didn't work on and ask me or the other interns to put him together. This is old school photocopy. We had to print everything out. Photocopy and box scores from the night before from the newspaper. Print out his massive stack of information that he would not refer to once during the show. And then Toucher replied, if you require to do a radio show, a dossier of material, don't you like that use?
I don't like it, no.
You're an idiot!
Oh!
And you're never going to refer to it because it's not necessary. You're talking.
Oh.
The show's host then marveled at Greenberg's reported $6.5 million salary. All you need is one person, assuming it's the right person, to like what you do, Wallach said. That's Mike Greenberg's career. Somebody at ESPN really likes him because I don't know anybody else who does. And then Toucher jumped in. He's justifying his career as really being someone devoid of talent. That's what it sounded like to me. Toucher is known for saying things that get him in the news, including when he hung up on an NHL reporter due to his accent, and when he ripped co-host Rich, Doug, do you say pronounce it Schurtenlieb?
I always have, yeah.
And Wallach earlier this year for not checking in on him after he underwent throat surgery that kept him off the air for a bit. End of article.
Okay.
Where was that article? The Boston paper?
New York Post.
Oh.
Now, Mike Greenberg's been at the top of the network level for years, and they're saying he has no talent? Because he asked a couple of interns to do some work 30 years ago? That seems harsh to me.
I don't find him entertaining, but...
Who, Greenberg?
Yeah.
Oh, he's milquetoast, man.
Well, he isn't necessarily my bag, but I mean, once you've been doing something for a while, it kind of gives you some form of gravitas.
I've never met him, so I'm not going to rip him.
Well, I think he does a fine job.
Yeah, he's just kind of like he's...
When he was with Greenberg, I thought it was a very good show.
Right?
Golic, yeah, sorry.
Oh, that was...
Mike and Mike. I thought that was a good show.
No, it wasn't.
Why not? I thought it was a good show.
Well, to each their own.
What was wrong with it?
It's just boring as hell.
Why was it boring for you?
Well, because it's mainly sports I don't really care to talk about, and it was a lot of Jets talk.
Well, I used to hear it going into the other station when it was on, because it was on an hour before us. I would hear a little bit of it before we got there. I always thought it was an entertaining thing.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for 101 when they first started, because in order for them to get ESPN, they had to carry the Mike and Mike show in its entirety.
It was hugely popular
But
around
they
the
couldn't
country.
do their own morning show, which is a moneymaker. They had to do Mike and Mike until 10 o'clock.
Right. Well, it was a very popular show for a lot of years.
Guys, this sounds like Ken talking about Mike Tirico.
No, I've never said bad things
Steve
about Tirico.
Wildwood.
I said, I don't know why he's got to be on the air all the time.
Tirico.
Yeah, when he's not doing play-by-play or if he's not hosting something, I don't think he needs to be on the air all the time. But
Well,
I have nothing against Mike Tirico, so why don't you understand what I'm talking about, Steve?
Oh, gosh, this feud's growing.
Now, if you want to take some of my clips about talking about Barrett, you could do that. You could do a whole article on that. Maybe our media guy here could do that. No, it's just...
Our media guy here.
Doug, are you the media guy?
The guy who writes media stuff.
You want Dan Caesar to do an article about you ripping Barrett?
I said that would be the equivalent of
17 years ago.
him doing what the Post is
Doug,
doing.
that's not fresh from today's headline.
It doesn't seem like it.
Doug Vaughn, media guy. Business card.
Oh.
No, he purposely leaves
don't
my
know.
name out of things, which is fine.
You think your name is purposely left out of...
Oh, I know that for a fact.
Why?
Oh, that's gotten me into some trouble before. What do you mean you know for a fact?
Well, I mean, he did an article.
And I'd be
which-
very careful with that.
No, I'm just saying he did an article that
Thompson Coburn.
that involved me, and he just called me a producer.
What did the Greg Lansky tweet say?
And that hit you right in the
No,
solar
no, I'm
plexus?
glad he didn't.
I'm not a producer.
I'm glad he leaves my name out of articles. But when an article is basically about me, it doesn't.
What article is about you?
What was it about?
I'm not going to get into the people.
Oh, Doug, it's so cryptic.
Was there an
What,
article
is
about
this
you?
about Toucher? Or is this about Johnny Wallach?
I was going to get hired at a station, and there were two people there that didn't want me there.
And they did an expose.
And they covered an article? There's an article
Yeah,
about that?
because one of the guys said I quit if he comes, and he wasn't on the air for 3 days. And he wasn't on the air for 3 days. And
Oh, my God, you are pitiful. That's from Stephen Wildwood. He's losing his mind right now.
I was
He's
asked a
losing his
question. I was
mind.
asked a question. I'm just answering it. So in the article it says a certain producer. He could use my name. He knew who it was, but so I'm just saying I would guess that he's not.
Where's
using my
Buck
name
Swope
for
to
a
pull this article up?
I don't know.
Where's Toucher?
So you didn't
I
want to
can
be
tell you
called
off
a
the air.
producer.
I'm going to tell you off the air, but I'm not.
Well, I mean, the
I'm not
audience
gonna
is
mention-
probably interested.
I'm not going to mention names.
All right, fair enough.
Initials?
But I mean, if it was in the newspaper, then
Yeah, it was in the newspaper.
Well, then you could go ahead and mention the names.
Yeah, if I do, then I cause trouble.
So if the article is about you, they completely don't mention your name.
It was
Doug looked
about
to the side and he sighed.
The whole
So I
reason the
just
guy
saw-
said he was quitting, he was off the air for 3 days, 2 days, whatever it was, is because I was getting hired there. So my name was, it wasn't say, oh, I'm not going to give you his name, but some producer was going to get hired. No.
Ned Reynolds.
He knew who it was. Instead of saying, because Kenny Stroh was getting hired, he said, some producer or a producer. So.
This article was never written. Swope, please do your best work on this epic lie. That's from Mr. 63011, and he has a very fast golf cart.
I could probably pull it up right now if I wanted to.
If you've been hurt by a media article that didn't use your name, call Longo Biggs. That's from KG and O-Town.
Well, I just said I wasn't hurt by it. I'm kind of glad when it's nice that your name is never brought up in his articles. That's a good thing.
I thought it hit you right in the solar
No,
plexus.
it doesn't matter.
But we were going from
But I
Mike. We
said-
went from Mike Greenberg to this little article that
I turned it
about
into,
you for 20 years ago.
I turned it into me.
You sure did.
But I was just wondering where it came from. It wasn't a Boston paper. I said any media guy who writes media in any city could come up with that. There's always somebody arguing in a radio station.
This was Andrew Marchand.
No, that's
New York Post.
Yeah, he's very reputable.
No, I'm sorry. This was New York Post, but it was with Marchand.
I just find that there's almost nobody on radio that I dislike because if I don't enjoy the program, I simply don't listen to it.
Share your.
I don't hang around long enough to dislike the people on the show. I mean, you can tell rather quickly if this is the kind of show you're going to be interested in, can't you?
It's a quality show.
Yeah.
Nice, thank you. You said it.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
No, I meant Greenberg's.
Oh, Jackson, what was the thing you were quoting the head coach of the New York Jets?
Oh, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Doug, did you hear that?
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Clip that off.
It's the truth, man.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. If you're
I actually agree with it.
Well, Jack Buck didn't have any haters. Was he not popping?
There are exceptions. There are certainly exceptions.
There's people who are like universally loved, but
here's what I would say. In the opinion, Doug, you like this? In the opinion space.
No, I don't care for that.
But I think that's where it is.
Well, yeah, because nowadays everybody has a voice, and there's always going to be trolls.
right. Like when Jack Buck was at his prime, there wasn't Twitter for people to spout off on. You know.
And Jack Buck and Joe has written about this because it really, I think, bothered his dad. I don't know if Jack was on the record about it. Do you remember the columnist for USA Today, Doug? Rudy Martzke.
Yeah.
And he
worked for the Spirits, I think.
Excuse me?
He did.
I think
he worked for the Spirits of St. Louis,
Yeah.
didn't he? I think he's passed away recently, but I could
Probably he'd be pretty old if he had.
But he was the big media critic at the time, and this is when Jack Buck was calling the World Series in 1991. Great World Series. Twins and Braves went 7 games. Doug, was that Jack Morris against John Smoltz?
I believe so.
They went to extra innings. Was that Dan Gladden who scored?
I think so, yeah. The blonde-haired, long.
Yeah. Spicy little dish, right?
I don't know how spicy he was.
But he was really critical of Jack Buck's performance in that World Series. And if I'm not mistaken, it led to him being dropped by CBS, I think, had the World Series in 91.
Yeah,
That's
he was accused of calling the plays before they
That's
had
correct. The Braves are going to win the game. Lemke's going to score. But then the right fielder for the Twins is throwing the ball home. The Braves are going to win. And what I think, either Joe or Jack, I don't recall, Joe certainly, I think, felt like they were picking on him because he was a little older. And I don't know how old Jack was when he passed away. Do you know how old he was?
I think mid-70s.
That's what my guess was going to be. So he was, he was 78, 77. He's 2 months from being 78. And so he would have been in his late 60s calling those World Series games.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they felt like he was piling on because he was older and that it was unfair because his calls were, rock solid. And Kelly called Cardinal games for another 10 years. Point being, that's pre-Twitter. Anyway, Doug, Robert Sala, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't poppin'.
What does it mean? I guess we need to define poppin'.
Jackson?
What's poppin'?
Poppin' means like, you're prolific in your industry.
Prolific in your industry.
Bless
Seasons is pleasing. Oh, sneeze.
Double bless.
All right.
Yeah, that's like, you're poppin'. You're a prolific member of your sector.
I like that. Doug.
Prolific member of your sector.
Really like that.
Yeah.
Does this mean Grandpa Snoot is poppin'?
Absolutely.
That's from DraftKings Cal.
100%.
Yeah, about that, Iggy.
Iggy's poppin'?
I'm popping.
I don't think you have any detractors, though.
And you've done poppers, too, right?
I have plenty of detractors.
Yeah.
You throw those poppers up that's where they go up your tush, right? That's like...
Why would you do that?
Popper? No, poppers go up your nose.
Oh. Really?
What is a popper?
And what, they allow you to gape?
I thought they were anal nitrates.
They are. You snort that. You
Why?
wouldn't just stick amyl nitrate up your ass.
Why would you do
I
that?
thought that's how it went.
Someone answer the why question. Why would you do that?
It was kind of stupid, to be honest with you.
But why did you do it?
It made you... It kind of made you... It's almost like doing acid. You were in like euphoria for like 30 seconds. And it was
really?
over.
Just only 30 seconds?
It was over.
And you did that.
So you'd hallucinate?
No, you just kind of like, you'd be floating. I've got a landing. But it would give you the worst headache. And, it probably killed like 100 brain cells every time you did it.
And you did it.
Sounds like huffing paint.
Yeah, when I go over to Faces.
When you went to Faces, you took this popper.
It was a gay bar.
Oh,
They had like a little
God, you
like
took poppers at a gay bar?
They had like a little kiosk there. You go over to the popper stand, and they have these different colors.
Popper kiosk?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the popper kiosk?
It had to be an illegal drug, right?
Beads.
Well, it was a gay bar. Nobody's checking.
illegal drug nonetheless.
Well, so what? There are illegal drugs everywhere. You think nobody's ever done pot, cocaine, heroin,
you don't see a
crack,
kiosk at a bar with it.
uppers, downers, mollies?
You're like a Faces
ecstasy.
monthly member, so
Don't
you
leave
can like
anything
get
out.
a discount.
What is going on right now? It's from the 304.
To be fair, I brought it up.
I was answering a question.
Yeah, I brought
Maybe
it
I
up.
should have said, "Shut up, Jackson. Don't talk to me. I don't want people to get upset because I talk."
I love
That'd
it
be
when
funny.
Ken says he was asked a question, but the only reason the question was asked is because he veered to the topic. Classic. Nobody effing cares about some article about you and your nomadic career as a producer. Also, John Smoltz was having lunch by himself at the bar at Katie's yesterday. Thanks, Steve Wildwood.
Oh, Katie's Pizza?
Yeah, John Smoltz was on the call of the game last night.
Yeah, I know.
Right down the street.
The one in Rock Hill, there's a Katie's Pizza.
No, there's one at Ballpark
One
Village.
at Ballpark Village, that
Oh, that's
huge
right.
one.
Yeah,
Madison
yeah.
told me about all the work that went into that building.
And I
It's
just DM'd you
insane.
the article, by the way, Tim.
You DM'd me the article from the Post.
I'm sorry, I texted it to you. Yeah, it was. Well, I found the Barrett one, but Barrett at the end says this article was originally posted to the Post-Dispatch. He just copied and pasted.
All right, there it is.
And it's about you.
Well, I'm part of it.
So is the issue with Jason Barrett or with Dan Caesar?
It's not a issue with either of them. It's just he didn't mention my name when it was in there. And there's a lot of times when he could have mentioned.
But
my name.
didn't Jason's article here, because you sent me the Barrett Sports Media, did he not mention?
But if you look at the bottom, it says originally published by the
So did the
Post-Dispatch.
Post-Dispatch mention your name?
No.
Neither mentioned your name.
No, he basically just copied and pasted the entire article there.
Okay.
Well, as big a deal as you are in the market, I'm surprised they didn't mention your name.
Well, I mean, the guy was off the air because of me. So he knew who it was. He didn't. I'm sure when they asked, he says they were over and arguing about some producer. No, they would have mentioned my name. That's
So
fine.
how
I don't
about
care. But I'm just
Oklahoma?
saying.
Do they have some good fries out there, girl?
Someone was off the air because of you?
Oh God.
Oh God, sorry.
We need this story.
Sorry.
Is it the Ned Reynolds story again?
Who'd you knock off the
We'll just
air?
say Ned Reynolds. How about that? We'll leave it at Ned Reynolds.
Who'd you knock off the air?
I have the article. So for those who said the article did not exist, it has now been sent to me by Ken Strout, who's on my left. I don't know how it looks on the YouTube. Here, I'll pop up the YouTube, see where Iggy is. Iggy is, catty corner from me.
Yeah,
So how do I get it? Is this going to point at Iggy on the YouTube?
I'm pointing it down.
Yeah.
No, look, I can see
you're
my little
pointing at
pincer.
me,
My
really,
pincers
on
are so
YouTube.
tiny.
Right.
How do I hold a golf club with these little special clubs?
You're down below me. You're kind of. I look like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can I touch you?
Clip that off.
Okay, watch that hand, Iggy. Watch it.
Oh, I missed.
All right, here is the article.
Are you gonna read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Local businessmen Randy Markell and Scott Gherkin, who now works with Josh Innes
Yes.
here at KC95.
Great dude.
Yeah, Scott's a great guy. Are attempting to resuscitate. When is this from? 2016. Are attempting to resuscitate 590 The Fan after it experienced a couple of rough years. Boy, that's certainly a matter of opinion.
A couple.
Under previous ownership. The early reviews on their approach are positive from those involved, but this week the station unveiled its revamped lineup, except the first day didn't go as planned, thanks to Kevin Slayton not hosting his afternoon show on Monday and Tuesday. Prior to Kevin's Monday show, there was an argument between him and Markell. Randy was considering hiring a behind-the-scenes producer that Slayton despises. After the conversation escalated, it led to Slayton not appearing on his program for the first 2 days of the week. He did return, however, for Wednesday and Thursday's show. That is the article, Doug.
That's it?
And so you are the producer, is that what you're saying? And you would have liked to have been named?
No. I'm just saying that.
Thought that's what this was all about.
I was just saying that.
About. You wanted to be named.
No, I was saying that there's certain times he could have mentioned my name and he doesn't.
Certain times.
Yeah, I don't know.
This was
I
a
haven't
certain
really
time.
had any outs with Caesar.
But, Tiki, are you coming back to football because you miss it, or are you coming back to football because you just had a big failure in broadcasting?
That's a horrible question.
He is Tiki by name there, too.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm just saying that there were a couple times he could, in articles, he could have mentioned my name and he just said a producer.
Iggy, let it go and move on with your life. It's from the 618.
It doesn't bother me. You said the article didn't exist. I gave it to Tim. It
Mr.
does exist.
63011, would you like to apologize? It's a good time to call in.
It's the only reason I did it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have went and looked it up. I don't care. I know what the article says.
It seems like it's still a cockleburr in your saddle.
No, it's not at all. That's when I was going to produce Bernetti and Ramsey show.
Where are you?
And I'd already lined up Joe Buck and Bob Costas for the very first show.
Did you?
And I still hadn't been hired. So the first show, they had those two guys.
Where were you working?
$5.90.
Extreme?
But it hadn't been hired by whom?
Randy.
Okay. But where were you working before being hired by Randy?
I probably didn't have a job.
Oh, okay.
Probably coaching.
Oh, that's
coaching
right after
bowling.
that's 16. So that'd be right after the woman. The man and the woman folded.
Wait.
So I was in between jobs. That folded in like 15, didn't it?
I would probably take the under. Because
Well,
it started
like
up in
13.
13, and I don't think it made it down to 14.
Well, I
Folded right when they signed.
did a
pretty
lot
much.
of no paying things in that extreme for a while.
The woman station was just something that hit me like a bolt of lightning.
But they wanted to hire me, and so I just figured it was going to be hired because they were buying their time, I think. I think they're brokering their time. So they could hire whoever they wanted. They could bring them on. But I guess they decided they had to go through Randy, and Randy never called me after I left him a couple messages until I went on Facebook. And I kind of trashed him.
Oh, boy.
Bradley,
and then he called me. I didn't trash him. I just said,
"It's not the plan."
I just
I'm
said,
with you. We're just doing what we can.
Yeah.
I think I said, tune into Jeff Fernetti and Bob Ramsey News Show. They're going to have Bob Costas and Joe Buck as our first guests, who I lined up as a producer, even though I've not yet to be hired. I said, I've left the new owner 2 messages, and he hasn't gotten back to me.
You said that on Facebook.
Yeah.
To the owner.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I knew he would see it, and I knew somebody pointed it out.
Nice little open
And I said,
forum.
Is that a putt you'd like to have back?
No, because he hired me. After he read
It was the Facebook post that got you hired.
Somebody,
Oh, how about that?
I knew the people, and in that article, I knew the people would point it out to him. And they did, thinking, look at what he hung himself. And Randy said, well, it is my fault. Why haven't I called the guy? And then he brought me to a meeting with him and Scott Gerken, and 5 minutes after the meeting, he said, I don't know why I was leery of calling you, because a couple of people have told me things about you, and I should have called you, even though I never met you. And I'm glad I met you, because you're very talented.
That's
and
what he said,
you are now the producer of that show. So I was hired after that meeting.
Mr. 6001 has sent in an apology. I stand down. Congrats, Ken, on the lone victory. It will not last long. Love you, buddy. Also backing up to the 7 o'clock hour so Ken can rig auctions. Interesting stuff. Guys, Strode, explain what finagle means. That's from Mr. 6001. I don't know what it is.
Just kidding. My God, yeah.
Mike, would you say an outstanding job from Luke today?
Outstanding job from Luke.
I wouldn't
So he
finagle
would
the
say
auction.
that.
I'd just hand him the puck. Here, we won't raffle this off. You can have it.
Where is this story going?
It's over now, so go away.
No one effing cares. Go away. It's from Chief of the Hotel. Is anyone following this? You usually see 17-year-olds use Facebook for emotional outbursts, not 70-year-olds. It's very odd. It's from Ken's Wedding Toast.
Well, it worked, because I knew it would work. Because I knew there were 2 people over there that didn't want me hired. That's what was keeping me from getting hired. And I knew they'd shown the article.
Now, you used a similar strategy with the fantasy baseball issues with Prod Joe, correct?
That's true, Jackson. Very nice.
Went to Facebook.
Well,
And it did not work with producer Joe.
I wasn't trying to get anything out of that. I just wanted to point out to everybody these douche.
You trashed. So you went to Facebook to trash your fantasy baseball commissioner.
Yeah, I did. I wanted everybody to know how I got screwed.
You're just sharing your truth.
Yeah, I was just venting, and I want everybody to know how he screwed me.
You think that turned public opinion in your favor?
I don't care. Every once in a while, you have to vent.
They should have written an article about that.
Without using your name.
Without using my name. Yeah, a certain radio producer was
Local
going
AM
off on
radio
Joe Producer.
fantasy league.
A certain producer wasn't happy with his outcome of his fantasy league.
I love this new 20-minute segment, How I'm Bothered by the Things That Don't Bother Me. That's from Manupal Eligible.
That is funny. No, it really doesn't bother me.
No,
I just thought it was entertaining.
Nothing seems to.
I just thought it was entertaining. You just see what we have to go through in this business sometimes.
You especially weren't bothered by the lady who took the best parking spot in the apartment complex.
That did bother me.
Even though she got there first.
That did bother me.
Public parking
But I
lot.
stopped using Facebook for my venting.
Where are you at now?
Yeah.
No, I usually just Tina Meyer. She called me the other day to let me know about...
Segue.
One day I want to hold. No, she called me to let me know that Jamie wanted to donate one of the foursomes to the TMA listeners. And I spent a half hour on the phone just ranting about crap.
Why would you put that on her table?
Yeah, because she'll listen. And she finds it funny.
She does. Well, you rant here, too. You got a little bit of a public forum
yeah,
here
too.
to rant. Does that help release some anger, frustration, pent-up anger?
No, not really. Because then I just get trashed even more when I talk about it. So I relieve that pent-up frustration, and then I got to deal with that.
It gets worse.
But it's a radio show where you talk, so...
Get this motherfucker off the field. Derek Dooley, the car he drives.
Imagine Tina listening to this rant thinking this is what it sounds like.
It was more a rant about apartment situation.
Yeah. I don't want you to sign that new lease. I want you to get out of there.
I probably won't because I said I would sign it, and she said, we don't sign leases in person anymore. I said, well, when does that start? She said, you have to go online. I'll send you a link. Well, I still haven't seen the link, so I don't know how I can sign something if I don't have the link.
They don't want to see. They don't want to see.
I would
you
agree with
face
that.
to
I agree
face.
with Doug.
What?
Get out of
To
there.
not live there, man. It sounds like it's becoming really
Yeah, it is.
bad.
It is. Yesterday was just like, I can't even sit there and relax anymore. What are we going to do?
Move.
Move.
I don't have the money to move.
I have an apartment right underneath me. I will have my landlord waive everything.
You got too many dogs.
No, you'll be fine. I go to sleep at like 8:30 at night.
You could help out with the dogs, maybe. Iggy, give you something to do in the afternoon.
You can blare your
Take the
porn as
dogs
loud
for a
as you
walk.
want.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay.
I got to tell you guys something. Last night at around 10:30, I was doing what most 36-year-old parents of two were doing, waiting for my wife to fall asleep so I could masturbate.
Oh.
I scrolled Doug's Facebook page, quickly finished, and figured I'd try out the Plowsy post-release hot dog snack. Only this time, I had some of the new Andrea's barbecue sopping. My oh my, it got me so amped up, I laid next to my sleeping wife for round 2 of self-pleasure. I haven't gone back-to-back since the late 90s. Thanks, Andrea's. Great recommendation. Sup, Biggs? It's from Brenda Warner's hairstylist.
Oh.
You know what they should do is Andrea's put that story on the back of something like
Yeah, like a testimonial.
and put Warner's hairstylist. It's like that would be great.
I bet she spent a lot of money on hairstyles because it was different every time you saw her.
I wonder what got that guy going in the late 90s where he back-to-back yanked it.
Oh man, Cardinals weren't doing anything.
No,
Mark
McGuire some
McGwire.
runs.
Oh, yeah, it might have been the
Chasey Lane oil scene, was that
I
95
don't know
though?
the
So you wouldn't
years,
call that
Tim.
late 90s?
Furry convention just started, I think, in St. Louis in '98.
Greatest show on turf, maybe.
Yeah.
I could get anyone going.
Doug Sportscast.
Yeah,
Doug in the
now you're
90s.
talking
Sports
about
That's probably what it was. That's probably what it was.
Tim in Little Rock.
Yeah. Oof.
What was he streaming?
Streaming in Little Rock.
Getting tapes.
Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Fun news. In about 40 minutes, we're going to do it. 50 minutes? 50 minutes. 50 minutes. Because in an hour and 5 minutes, Jackson and I are going to deal with a live situation down the hallway. It's called Balloon Party. It's driven by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. And it airs on 101 ESPN. You ought to hop in the YouTube chat and get to know some of the 101 listeners. Design Air is a sponsor of this email. The day Doug's a client, I'm a client. Hey, why don't you become a client? Let me look at this forecast today because I was looking at it. And is it like a high of 83 and nothing but sunny day?
Another beautiful day today.
Are you horse plowing me here in mid-August, Jack?
I know. I again, woke up this morning, sat outside. It was chilly.
No, wait till next week.
Oh, Bill.
Almost 100 degrees every day.
Sweet mother of
Close to
mercy.
it.
Yeah, I had
99,
windows open
97,
yesterday.
96, 98, 99,
Air
99.
conditioner off, windows open.
Yeah.
Well,
Enjoy
when you're
it while
running
we
to
have
it,
it.
because
You do
Design
that.
Air will save the day for you. Design Air Heating and Cooling. Go online at designairservice.com and work with the great Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling. Designairservice.com, the official HVAC provider of this radio program and my podcast, The Tim McKernan Show, which would love your emails that are erotic stories, really. I feel like weather like this is good for Sappho's. So maybe you have a few stories you can send
it's
in,
good
please.
for more lying, yeah.
Yeah, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. Send them on in. Be a friend. Jackson, you're going to go to Las Vegas in 5 days. What's going on out there, Brad?
Yeah, it's actually unbelievable. As you said that, KG in O-Town walked into my...
KG in O-Town's here?
Oh, did
Yeah,
he?
he walked into
What's
my...
he doing?
Gordon Watkins studio.
What's he
He
doing?
told me he had something to do today here towards the end of the show. I don't know exactly what. Oh, I think he's having the PB and mayo with Doug.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'd
gonna
love
be
a
fun.
peanut butter mayonnaise sandwich.
But we're going to be out at Circa here. We're leaving on Wednesday morning.
Bill.
And we're going to head out there, hang out. It's going to be a great time. And if you're heading out to Las Vegas, may I suggest one of 2 major contests over at Circa Sportsbook, or hey, even both. Because guess what, Doug? $14 million in guaranteed prizes.
That's a lot of money.
$14 million in guaranteed prizes.
Yeah.
They got the Circa Millions with $6 million in guaranteed prizes. It's $1,000 per entry, max of 5 entries per person. You must register in person at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada. Pick 5 teams against the spread every week. Winner takes home $1 million. They also have the Circa Survivor Pool with $8 million guaranteed to the winner or winners. $1,000 per entry, max of 10 entries per person. Pick one team straight up every week to win. If the team loses or ties, the entry is eliminated. You can only pick each team once in a season. Go 20-0 or be the last person standing to win. All available where KG and O-Town and I will be next week. Circa Sportsbook.
Wow.
That's life-changing money.
You better believe it.
You better believe it, Jack.
Yeah.
Would you
Common
retire
Jack.
from this job, Jackson, if you're a big winner out there?
I think I would like to keep doing what I do.
You want to just keep doing balloon party?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would make a contract where
drop this show.
Right.
Oh, you definitely have to, drop this show.
If I could do TMA from like anywhere in the world, like I would continue to do it. All this stuff forever. Man. Love it. So,
That makes 3 out of the 5 of us. Well,
If I had enough money, I'd be out. Love you guys, but I'm out.
That's the thing.
Walk away from
No, I keep doing the show. I just need to be somewhere else.
I'll be somewhere else. For sure wouldn't be in St. Louis. But
Where would you be?
I like the Denver area. Honestly, I know that sounds probably, it's
chalk.
It's
A lot of
it's
people
a
like the
one
Denver
seed
area.
going to the Final Four. But I just think in terms of outside activities, weather, people my age, a lot of businesses booming, a lot of areas to live at.
You're kind of a mountain man, too.
Well, I just think Golden, Colorado, like Colorado Springs, all those areas are within, that hour. So I think for me it'd be the best spot.
Yeah.
Expensive, I realize that, but now money is not an option.
I could see you living in Aspen or Vail or somewhere up there with some of the other high
God, I
rollers.
would be so out of place in places like that.
No, sir, you'd fit in well.
I don't know if I'm a Texas guy. I think there's a lot of areas in Texas I'd like, but I don't know, maybe living, I don't know.
I think there's quite a few
income
people.
tax, or property tax, income tax, or whatever.
Quite a few people in Aspen are doing radio shows from their villas that they have there.
Nice.
HD2.
They've won
HD2 shows.
big time gambling.
So they wake up about 5:30, do some prep.
No prep, but they still do the radio show from their place in Aspen.
I feel like a lot of people, like, they talk about, like, when the $1 billion lottery hit, they're like, yeah, I keep doing my job. I think the first email that frustrated you, what's going on?
So good,
Doug, look, it's
in the
Wow.
We're live on the air.
Piggy pie.
pretty good point.
Did you guys
can
summon
always-
me?
No.
No, what?
Well, you're always welcome, though.
Oh,
You're a
okay.
friend of the feather.
Hey, there's a listener out there who heard me on this show and goes, I don't get what the big deal is. Like, whenever I just want to say that guy can screw off.
Wow.
What in the world's happening here?
Doug, this is what it's learn. Look.
I understand that much.
But the audience may not know that because they may not be watching on
Okay.
YouTube. So
well,
now we're
don't
telling
look,
people.
because I look like crap today.
Really? Why do you say that? I don't think
Well,
so.
I haven't rested very well.
What's the problem?
Just too much going on, man.
What do you? What time do you go to bed? What time do you get up for the wrist show?
I go to bed at 8:30. I get up at 3:30.
Oh.
I see my husband an hour and a half a day now.
Oh no.
So
Quit
he's
your
probably
job.
going to divorce me. So
You smell good though.
Do I? Oh, good.
Uh-oh.
Anyway.
I just heard something.
Hey.
He's
I
gonna
did too.
divorce you,
Hey,
and
you stepped
nudged
on her. She
Look
was
at how
making a
gorgeous
move there.
this man looks
He
today.
looks very good.
Did you guys try his pie?
I saw the cherry pie
What
in
if
there.
Oh,
He made
okay.
it.
That's his?
I thought you were making buttermilk pie.
Yes, I changed my mind.
What
We're
is
a
a
little too gorgeous these days. I don't know what's going on.
Iggy, how about
but
what she said?
He's impossibly handsome.
something has happened. He's been Hubberfied. Like
Hubberfied.
There's something that happens about
That's
2 years
true.
into working for Hubbard.
You
that
get
everybody
hot?
Gets hot. has it?
Really?
Oh yeah.
Certain glow
Doug,
about
we're
him.
gonna get hot.
I don't have a hat on today. I got my.
You got your hair done.
No,
I like it.
He got a cut and color
Cut.
with Oreen. Oreen is who he goes to.
I just got out of the shower today and did.
Goldie Hawn
hat on.
blonde. Listen, I gotta go. I love you all.
Hey,
I miss
sorry to
coming on
bother
the
you.
Show. No, I'm sorry to bother you, Doug Vaughn. You look as incredibly well
Tell Riz,
rested as well.
tell Riz
Incredibly
happy
well
belated
rested.
birthday.
I will.
I never know when his birthday is. His birthday every day.
Who are we
according
talking
to
about
the
now?
show.
Riz's
Riz's birthday was yesterday, wasn't it?
45.
45
Are any
bills.
of you coming to the show tonight, The Urge at the St. Louis Music Park?
No.
Oh, well.
I wasn't
All
invited.
right, sorry.
All right, Doug Vaughn. Back to you guys. See ya.
Okay.
See you, kiddo.
Love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Gosh.
great Learn.
Ours has
Making a
always
cameo.
been the type of show where friends feel they can drop in at any
No, I
time.
saw her in
She
the break
warbled.
room. I saw her in the break room. I said, just bop your head and say hi.
Bop in.
Oh, a split second, I thought we were getting whacked. That first split second, I'm like, well, this is it.
Yeah.
I thought Plowsy was like playing a drop over like my I was like, oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't be that rude. No.
No, I mean, we've all played drops and stepped on folks, but I was like, what's going on?
Gotta
Is that
get her.
cherry
I can't
pie
see.
fresh out there in the
Yeah, I
break
made it
room?
last night.
Gosh, I love cherry pie.
I'll try. It was very good. But it's Mrs. Smith's. The chocolate buttermilk, I make it from scratch. And I didn't feel like doing that.
No.
I had a Mrs. Smith in the freezer, and that's just stick in the oven for 40 minutes. It's done.
Okay.
So it's very good pie, though.
It's out there in the open air. Maybe it should be in the refrigerator or something.
Well, go do it. I don't care. I'm not eating
Oh,
it.
gosh. Well, if you're afraid to eat it, why should I
I ate a
eat
piece
it?
last night. It was good.
Oh, what?
Good. I had a little vanilla ice cream on there, warmed it up, melted the ice cream right on top of the pie.
Yeah.
Doug, would you call that a la mode?
I would.
Yes.
So I had some a la mode.
Okay.
So I had my piece, and now I brought it in because there's no way I'll finish it. So
That's nice.
Oh, I had some ice cream from Perryville Picnic. Had that last
Perryville
night,
Picnic.
and I melted some hot fudge. So I had a little snack myself.
You drove down to Perryville for the town picnic?
No. Her parents picked it up and put it in their freezer, and we picked it up and put it in our freezer. And got the big old... It's like homemade ice cream, you know what I mean? It's not like... It's actually that homemade style, so it's a little bit different in terms of texture. Really good.
Guys, that one reminded me of when Dom DeLuise would just pop onto the set of the Merv Griffin show. It's from Manute Bowl eligible.
Yeah, very similar. Very, very similar. Someone just comes in and starts singing. Doesn't matter what the topic was we were discussing. Thank goodness it wasn't something serious.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Well, it kind of would have.
You just stopped.
Okay.
Would you rather learn never come in again?
No, I think it's fine. It's just, it's hit and miss whether we're discussing something that's kind of sensitive.
I was in the break room and I heard Flowsy talking about, were you talking Cardinals?
I don't know.
I just know it wasn't a hot topic, so I popped back out and said...
He wasn't happy with the direction of the show.
No, it wasn't. You were talking about, something serious.
We had moved off of your radio issues with the in-season.
Yeah, so I just said, pop in and say hi.
And you told her to say positive things about you?
No, I said nothing. She was talking about the cherry pie. And that got brought up because she posted a picture on her Facebook page about some cherry pie she had at some place in Edwardsville.
Yeah.
And I posted a picture. I said, I just happened to make cherry pie.
Sure you did.
So she was singing cherry pie. I think, is that Warrant?
Right.
Warrant, yeah, Janie Lane.
She came in and nudged you and told you how great your hair looked. And she's having problems with her husband, apparently, because she doesn't see him. There could be something
Well,
wrong.
she's a sweetheart. God, go to bed at 8:30 and wake up at 3:30.
It sounds horrible.
That's what I do. I go to bed at 9 and wake up at 4.
Yeah, that's no good either. I mean, I go to bed about 9:30 and get up at 5:30.
I would never change it for the world.
10:16 is when I fell asleep last night, Doug. I woke up at 4:56. You were probably wondering how much REM sleep I got.
Yeah, I was really concerned about that.
Hour and 8 minutes. Deep sleep, hour 18 minutes. That's 2 hours and 26 minutes of, would you say, restorative sleep?
I guess it is.
That's down from my average of 3 hours and 21 minutes.
Yeah,
if you're comfortable waking up this early, though, you don't deal with traffic either way, going to or from work. You're home in the afternoon. You can play golf if you so choose to. You can do nothing if you would like.
Mm-hmm.
Get the chores done.
And all you really miss out on is late night TV, I guess?
Yeah, what from 9 to 11:30, what am I doing?
In
anything productive?
In Lauren's case, her husband.
Yeah, I mean, that's an issue. But, me and Madison see each other because she works from home Fridays and Mondays. So we get a lot of...
Yeah.
Guys, why was Iggy in the break room in the middle of a segment? Thanks. That's from Cuckleberry Finn.
Yeah, I was getting a cup of coffee if it's any of your business.
Probably the first
Well, you're
day.
supposed to wait for the break.
Have they never watched YouTube? It always happens.
Yeah,
it's
something
fine.
new. I mean, it's become part of the show.
Anyone else get the sick chills when Papa sniffed Learn? Thanks. That's from the Dover Soul. Did you sniff Learn?
No, I didn't. She's standing right next to me, and I could smell whatever she was wearing.
Oh. You should have named it and really creeped her out. That's...
No, she always smells, I don't know, I never asked her what it is. And she told me one time, and I forgot.
That's Larday.
But she always kind of smells like incense.
Incense.
It's kind of like an incense smell. If you just light one of those incense candles, or... It used to be call them punks.
She smells like smoke?
No, but there's you'd be able to, back in my high school days, we lit a lot of incense. It had that kind of smoky incense smell to it.
Guys, did anyone else notice that when Jackson mentioned KG, Iggy got up and left the room and decided to one-up it and bring in Learn? That's from the South City Hoosier aficionado.
I didn't hear him mention KG. I was
One
already
of
out the
KG will bring in Learn in 5 minutes.
Everybody just keep bringing in Learn. Have to come in every 10 minutes from the Ridge
When they mentioned KG, I didn't hear that.
Hey, he's sitting right behind me.
Oh, well, good for him. I didn't know. Yeah, that's why I did it. I have to prove myself.
Oh, nice. NBC declined renewal of Brandel Chambly's contract.
You better make sure.
Really?
You better make
And
sure
so
that's real, because you're reading Live Nation.
No, Live Golf Insider.
Yeah, that's fake. I saw that this morning, and I went and checked. I did a Google search, Brandel Chambly not coming back, and there's no article whatsoever.
I figured it'd be on a bigger platform.
Yeah, that's a fake article.
There's no way he's coming
He's
back.
He's never been real yet. I responded to him too.
You let him have it?
But how did Brandel even do his job now? He's bashed everything. I don't know. He had definitely burned a huge bridge. I don't know how you can keep him if the structure changes.
Golf Channel loves him.
Brandel was born in St. Louis.
Did you know that, Doug?
That's just a damn shame for this city, man.
St. John's,
Absolute
probably the old St.
shame,
John.
dude.
Think so? Baby factor?
Probably Frontenac.
I would never want to claim that guy.
5'10", 155 pounds.
of all.
Yeah, would you have guessed 5'10" on him?
What do you think, taller or shorter?
Shorter.
Oh, really? I don't know. Tough to gauge.
That's an otter.
People
isn't it?
assume I'm 6'4". I'm not.
It's probably the booming voice, Tim.
I think that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the thing. I think if I wouldn't started lifting weights before quote unquote puberty, I'd probably be 6'4".
Oh,
That's
I
what
would
I think.
At least.
Yeah.
Well, you think so?
6'7", 6'8".
My brother's 6'1". I think my other brother's 6 foot. It's just really a shame because I denied a lot of women in this world pleasure.
Because you're too busy pumping iron. And
It probably, Doug, what do you call the growth plates? Stunted. I remember, you know who told me I shouldn't be lifting weights?
Oh,
Steve Schnurr.
really? He
Yeah.
said not to?
Because
at what age?
I was young for my class, obviously, prodigy. I was probably 14. But I had been cut from the baseball team. Politics, as you always know.
Clearly.
Thank you. And I'm like, there's no way I'm not making it my sophomore year. So all I could think to do was just to work out year round. Stupid, but that's what I did. And then Steve Schnurr, who had 2 years later quarterback Northwestern to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Was in the weight room at St. Louis U High, and he goes, you're probably a little young to be lifting this much. And he said I should be a wrestler because I was a tiny little boy but strong. And the tiny boy is good at wrestling.
That's what he said.
Where does 6'1" come from? Because your mom and dad aren't tall.
My mom's side of the family's, not short. I don't know. I would say they're tall. Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody in my family's little. My dad was about 5'7". My mom was about 5'2".
I knew it'd get off of Tim's family onto your
Right
family.
into mine, yep.
I knew. I didn't even need to call
Tim
that
got
one.
to talk for about
You
20
knew
seconds
going.
there.
When I heard
And
family.
we're right onto the Strode family.
I was just asking. He says brother's 6'1", and his mom and dad aren't 6 foot. Tim's not 6 foot.
Don't tell people that. Don't want to ruin the fantasies for all the women with the Tachi magic wands.
Don't
out
let the
right now.
balloon party listeners think that.
Absolutely.
They think Tim's, looks like
They
Vince
focus
Carter.
their attention on you right now. Now that they'll find out that Jamie Rivers is taking your side, though, I might be persona non grata.
Yeah.
Tim, when I stood next to you that one time, I felt your aura and your presence, and it made you feel like you were 6'6". That's from Flip Wilson. Tim, when I hear your voice, I become a submissive little bottom. That's from Danny Tanner.
You don't want to be too tall, then everything gets to be a hassle.
What's the
Unless you're a basketball player.
optimal height, I think, for a woman, for an American gentleman in 2023? If they could pick, I think you would get 6 foot 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Probably so.
My buddy's 6'6". He says after his basketball career, it just is now a pain in
And
the
that's
ass.
oatmeal.
No, my buddy Mark.
Hard
his
to
name?
find
Name?
clothes, and cars too small.
Good dude. Yeah, he's like, it's just, because he played college basketball. Now that he's done with that, he's like, cars are too small. I have no leg room anywhere. It sucks.
Airplanes, seats.
He's like, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
He's 6'6", so, like, imagine being 2 or 3 inches taller. It gets even worse and worse. I think 6'3" is the perfect number.
That's what the ladies love.
Because then you're, like tall and noticeably tall. Like, you're taller than most people in a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not too tall where, like,
everybody's staring at you.
Right.
Saying, who'd you play for?
Right. Did you ever play basketball? How's the weather up there?
I remember Wilt Chamberlain used to be asked that all the time. And when someone would say, how's the weather up there? He'd spit on him and say, it's raining.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what he said. I'm sure he didn't do it.
And then for a woman, I'd say 5'8", 5'7", 5'8".
That's tall for a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, on the higher side.
5, 6, or 7, probably.
But it depends. Like, some people like taller women. Some people like shorter women.
Some people like things, and some people like other things.
Yes.
It wasn't some people like some things. It's some people like things, and some people like other things. Could we hear it, Plowsy?
No, I think it's some people don't like
other things. Some people like things, and some people don't like other. Could we hear it, Plowsy?
Yeah, dude, you know my computer.
Okay.
Give it a minute.
All right. Because it is kind of the slogan for the whole show.
It is actually.
Some people like things, and some people don't like other things.
That's it. It's
our mantra.
Very simple.
It
Yeah.
is.
I don't know why it just
like things.
fades off into space there at the end.
Some people don't like other things.
Guys, I played golf with Tim, and he is the perfect height. I had an erection tucked into my waist strap for half of the round. That's from the Pope. Wow, he beat me with an erection?
That's incredible.
The way he was rolling the rock, Doug, I'm telling you, this Pope.
Yeah.
And he was vanquished by Kevin Roth, and Kevin Roth's going up against Dogtown Ty, and Dogtown Ty beat Guy, but Kevin Roth beat Chris Heck. I mean, these are two powerhouses. Yeah, you might be like, well, these are two, 4 or 5 seeds or whatever. No. I think the right people are in the championship.
Yeah. I was picking Gee.
I think the right people are in there.
When are they playing for the title?
Jackson?
Doug?
I'm the one that asked the question.
I don't know.
Whenever they like.
Well, it's got to be fairly soon, right?
They'll probably do it before the autumnal equinox.
Don't say autumnal.
Boy, I like that a lot. I'm 6'3", my wife is 5'8". I'm balling, I guess. That's from sex.
Yeah, they're kind of the ideal height discrepancy. It's kind of money.
So they could run for office?
I'd vote for him.
Solely on height?
Well, I mean, check the first box.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of really short politicians anymore, are there?
Not anymore.
Michael Dukakis was a tiny man, and he put on a little helmet and a tank, and it ruined him.
It sure did. Like he was going to go launch missiles out of that tank.
Is that who did? Because that's been parodied a bunch. Is that who did it? Was Dukakis?
Yep.
It ruined his campaign.
It showed that he was strong with the military. And made him look like the biggest tool in the world.
Shortest president?
John Adams was tiny, right?
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm from the family lineage, so I guess I inherited that. It's nice. Then I would imagine John Quincy Adams probably wasn't
Probably,
tall,
yeah. But recently...
here for you.
William Howard Taft, was he tiny and round?
No, he was huge.
Oh, he's a big guy? Tall and
Well, I don't know
5'11".
how tall. Yeah.
5'11" and a half. The shortest, James Madison at 5'4".
Ooh.
Benny Harrison, 5'6".
Like that Benny Harrison.
But Washington was like 6'3", which was a monster at the time. And Lincoln, I think, was 6'4".
I got George Washington at 6'1".
Oh, I read that he was 6'3". I bet even 6'1" in the 1700s was a big guy.
100%. Gerald Ford, 6'0".
Yeah.
Grover Cleveland, 5'11".
I think Reagan was over 6 foot. Clinton was over 6 foot.
Yep.
Yeah, Clinton's taller.
Yep. The tallest, of course, Abe Lincoln, standing at 6'4".
I think Trump 6'3".
Yeah.
Biden's about 6'1" or 2".
Yep.
Jimmy Carter didn't seem big.
Jimmy Carter, peanut farmer, was 5'9.5".
Wow, how about that? Nice
That's
call,
kind
I
of
guess.
short for recent.
6'5" and 5'6" for the ball sacks. Thanks, Scott Sprinkle ball sack.
Boy, that's...
6'5", yeah, he's a tall drink of water.
How does that measure up?
What does that mean?
Well, I mean...
What's going on,
What are you
Doug?
doing now with your hands?
What's going on?
I'm thinking if a guy's really much bigger than his wife, it kind of limits certain positions you can do.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Nice.
For heaven's sakes.
U.S. Grant, only 5'8".
Oh, how about that? Civil War general.
Yeah.
And lives off Gravway?
Yeah.
I think for about an hour and a half, maybe he did. But we'll take it. We'll take that.
It's good to hide behind bushes when you're filling that musket.
He married an Anheuser, right? That's how he got in the family.
Is that right?
I think he married Anheuser's daughter. I think so.
He's on the $50 bill.
He sure is.
Doug Washington had those wooden teeth, and they hurt when he tossed Martha's salad bay. That's in the Shrewsbury Sweet Sniffer. Is that true?
I don't know.
Who do you think was the most promiscuous of presidents?
Kennedy.
In recent times, probably. Or Clinton.
Let's go like pre-World War II.
Well, didn't Thomas Jefferson have a bunch of heirs from the slaves?
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the right answer, Doug.
And wasn't one alleged to have been a gentleman, and his critic called them like Aunt Flossie or something?
Yeah. I thought that was Polk.
No, I think it was, I want to say Buchanan.
Yeah, we've done, I can never remember it. Because, yeah, there was the one single president, and everyone thought that they were doing something.
Winston Churchill was 5'6", and I've masturbated thinking about him with that bow tie. That's from Injun Joe's Cave Ride Magic Man.
Ty Cobb had wooden teeth.
What?
Yeah.
I think that was a fake story.
I interviewed the lady who bought him at an auction. I think I remember her name, Karen Szymanski.
Those are the people that are super weird, buying like chewed up gum and like guys' teeth.
Conor Roy bought Napoleon's ween.
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
was a weird.
Warren G. Harding used to be into scat play. Thanks, Babe Truth.
He wasn't, as far as we know.
Warren G. Harding. I don't know how. What's the line? Not much more I can say.
That'd be pretty easy, though. It's just laying around. They don't have toilets. It's right into a chamber pot.
What now?
Probably easier collection.
It'd be easier to get to the scat.
Yeah, I do agree with that. He was 6 feet tall.
Gosh.
It'd be easier to get to the scat.
No one said that recently.
We're going to say it at the start of Balloon Party today.
Yeah, we're talking scat access here on 101 ESPN.
Oh.
All day, every day.
Little piddles scat party.
I kind of like that, actually. Guys, Ty Cobb wasn't a president. Go back to imagining the sex positions of listeners and let the educated people speak.
Well, somebody mentioned wooden teeth.
Well,
I mentioned Ty Cobb had wooden teeth.
He came from a wealthy family. He was an extremely wealthy man himself. I suppose he had the state-of-the-art dental appliances.
He made a couple of good investments, I believe, if I read correctly.
Coca-Cola. I think he made a fortune. But his dad was like a senator or something, or a congressman.
He got a bad rap, really.
Yeah. But I would imagine that he had probably the best dental equipment you could have had for the time.
Probably, but he had wooden teeth because somebody bought them at an auction.
Would that have been like a retainer that fit in with just a fake tooth on it, probably?
I don't know. Just a whole set of teeth.
The whole thing was
I interviewed her, and I asked her why she bought them. Because I just always wanted... Ty Cobb's a big fan, and that's the only thing that I could afford.
So upon his death, they ripped out his teeth and sold them at auction.
It could have been an extra pair. I don't know.
I'd like to get to the bottom of that. Maybe Buck Spove can get to that.
Every picture I see him smiling, it looks like teeth to me.
Yeah.
Is there white wooden teeth? I don't know.
I don't know.
A lot of people are texting into the CDF group text inbox, and that's a good thing because, Doug, that means the listeners like talking scat play. And I like that. I like that the listeners like it.
I don't.
EDF group text inbox, that's where you can go. 314-881-TMA5. Email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, which comes your way in 36 minutes. We'll also have the drops of the week. Engineer Design Facilities moving forward as the EDF Group, the most experienced data center and critical facility service provider in the St. Louis market. Check out the newly revamped website, theedfgroup.com. And then take a look at each of the three divisions they have to offer. EDF Group, your one throat to choke for all your critical facilities, data center, commercial fire alarm, and electrical and IT infrastructure needs. To contact the EDF Group, email fire@theedfgroup.com. Experience the EDF Group difference and learn more at theedfgroup.com. We'll take a commercial break, come back with our 9 o'clock hour with the design, air, heating, and cooling email today, and right after the break, the drops of the week.
Oh.
And then it's Balloon Party at 10 o'clock on 101 ESPN, heretofore known as Scat Party?
I don't think it should be.
This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, St. Louis, Eddie McVeigh here from Maggie O'Brien's. When you head downtown for a concert or Cards or Blues game, and now for the St. Louis City soccer game, please come see us at Maggie O'Brien's before and after your event. Take our shuttle to and from or stay in-house and watch your favorite team on our multiple high-def TVs. We look forward to seeing you soon at one of our 2 locations in Sunset Hills on South Lindbergh or downtown at the corner of Market and 20th Street. Union Station is next to us.
Are you tired of dealing with muddy paws and worn out grass in your backyard? Say goodbye to muddy paw prints and hello to a clean, low maintenance yard for your pets to roam freely. Introducing Clubhouse Turf, your one-stop destination for lawn and pet turf with your furry friends in mind. Don't wait any longer. Transform your backyard with Clubhouse Turf today. Call us now at 314-834-2339 or visit us online at clubhouseturf.com. Clubhouse Turf. Elevate your game, delight your pets, and make your backyard dreams come true.
If you're like most folks, you probably thought about buying a new home. Maybe it's time for something bigger. Maybe you want a different neighborhood. Or maybe you're just ready for something new. Don't let today's mortgage rates be the reason that you don't make the move. At thehomeloanexpert.com, we already have some of the lowest rates in town. And when they drop, we will refinance your loan with no lender fees to get that payment nice and low. Get started on your new life today. Thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
We're going to take the hassle out of your hands and make the entire process very easy. Injury cases are potentially worth a lot of money. We're going to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. We're very excited to be part of the TMA family. Hoping to have a lot of fun with this. If you are a loved one, do get injured, please remember us at Longo Biggs Injury Law. You can visit our website at longobiggs.com, and that is Biggs with 2 G's.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota, the presenting sponsor of Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, and the longtime 7 o'clock hour sponsor on TMA, and the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. They have a secret number for our listeners to call or text with any questions or requests they may have. 314-252-0029. Call or text that number. Go shopping at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
The Midwest Drag Racing Series, Night of Fire and Thunder Back to School Bash at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Bring out the whole family and check out jet cars, dragsters, ground pounding pro mods, live music, and fireworks. Tickets start at just $30 and kids 12 and under are free. Don't miss it. Race cars, fireworks, and more at WWT Raceway, Saturday, August 19th. Get your tickets and all the details at WWTRaceway.com. Brought to you by Travers Automotive and RV Group.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back and bigger than ever with $14 million in guaranteed prizes only at Circus Sports. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere, 2 ways to win and no rake. Play Circa Million. Make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts, or join Circus Survivor, where you select one team each week straight up. Last the longest to win it all. $14 million in guaranteed prizes. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Nice. Jackson, what are you doing this weekend? I figure as a 25-year-old single guy, I'll see what he's got going.
Yeah. Jackson? He's not there. Jackson!
Nurse?
What's up, friends?
There he is.
I was talking it over with KG. I couldn't be sorry if I tried. What's the word?
The question was, what are you going to be doing this weekend?
This weekend, you say? Yesterday I spent, I'm not joking, the entire day moving stuff out of my apartment into my new place. So now I have to set all that up, you know. I got to take everything out of the boxes.
But what you do socially,
yeah? Yeah. I'd probably playing golf today, faux show.
Oh, where are you playing?
Quarry at Crystal Springs.
Yeah, you like that track.
Really do, and I have a 9-hole rain check, so I can get that out of the way. So do that. I don't know, probably grab some drinks tonight, or maybe just...
Oh, where do you think go?
I don't know, Tam Ave kind of seems like the play when it's this kind of weather.
How's the caliber of ass?
Tam Ave?
Solid.
Tam Ave bar.
Yeah, really good. Then I'll do something tomorrow night, I'm sure. Yeah, nothing really concrete down.
Kind of sounds like Jackson's going out tonight and not Rick.
Yeah.
I don't know what my plans are for tonight, to be honest with you. I have so much crap to place and move. And
Jamie Rivers really unhappy that Jackson gave himself a 1% chance of getting laid in Las Vegas.
Listen, I'm being realistic.
Well, it's a difficult place to party.
Well, if I say 1%, it ends up happening or something. Then look at me. But I'm not
You're
there.
Not looking for that.
I'd say it's 27%.
Who knows? I don't know. Kind of let the game come to you. It's kind of my approach.
I want you to listen to me, and I want you to listen to me good.
All right.
And I think Doug may co-sign this, but don't feel obligated to co-sign the legislation.
All right.
Seize this moment. 25 and single will seem like paradise in 5, 10, 20 years. to go to Las Vegas, paid for by the company, as a 25-year-old single gentleman sees this opportunity. Doug, you know what they say?
What, seize the opportunity?
Youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah.
Right, and I get that 100%. And it's tough to have that perspective when you are in the moment.
Right. You need a Benjamin Button kind of chronology.
No doubt. But also, like, and as much as like this might like piss people off, but it is just the reality. I am going out there for work. You know, like I'm doing
business trip.
I'm doing the show for 3 hours every day, and I have stuff to film and promote and stuff. So like, it's not like I'm going out there with my boys on a bachelor party. You know. And so it's
KG and O-Town takes a shot.
It's a little different. I mean, I love KG and O-Town, but you know, he's a colleague.
Are there any nights you're going to be out there when you don't have to get up early the next morning to do the show?
That's right.
No, because even Friday night we have an early flight.
What time's that flight on Saturday, Brad?
7.
Oh
10.
gosh.
Well, I have my cousin's wedding that night. I gotta get
that's
back
right.
home.
Darn her.
Male cousin.
Darn him.
He helped me move yesterday. Shout out to
Send
my
that
cousin.
Marshy Marsh out to Vegas to show Casper how to pull that ace. You can be a man. So Mr. 63011.
Oh.
Is anybody questioning your got to go to a cousin's wedding?
Uh-oh. Duck, we're off Jackson.
Huh?
Is anybody questioning your cousin's wedding?
No, but I'm still going on the trip.
No, I know. It's
Jackson
real.
came back over the top with a 3-bet.
Well, I know it's real. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just
No, I
saying
get
when
that.
I went to a cousin's wedding for Jamaica, it was liar, no cousin, nah.
But you would have missed the trip. I'm like still going. You know, if it was like, oh, I'm not going because of my cousin's wedding, then maybe people would be like, hey, maybe he's not telling the truth.
Well, it wouldn't be the case because I think people know you want to go to Vegas. I really don't want to go to Jamaica.
There's that. That's certainly an important distinction.
No, you have fun.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, either way, it's going to be a great time. I get to experience Las Vegas for the first time, and like you said, on the company dollar, pretty sweet.
Have you laid out your clothes yet?
Good question.
You going to wear some things to show off some cleavage?
All my clothes are in boxes and luggage right now, so we'll assess that later.
What about your ball striking? You finna play?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about my game right now.
No. In Las Vegas, baby. In Las Vegas.
I doubt it. I really do. I mean, I will give it a look, but
I like TPC Las Vegas, but when I was out there in May, it's up to like $350 a round. And I'm telling you, I think I've paid $150 there. So I don't know what the hell happened. I like it, and it's not like it's crazy nice. There are much nicer courses out there.
Would this be in season in Vegas? Would this be?
This is right before overseeding season. I feel like when I go out there on my birthday, late September, as if people didn't know, but my birthday month is coming up.
Everyone knows.
Thank you, exactly. It's always they've just overseeded. So you should be good right now, is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know. If you're not
up-
going to have time, you're not going to have time.
You can line up a foursome with Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton. Do you think he does much ball striking?
I think he lives on a golf course.
Do you know who Wayne Newton is?
Yes, he's a lounge singer who's made a career out of having a residency in Vegas, and he has a lot of plastic surgery.
Right.
His music isn't good, though.
Donkashane, my little Donkashane.
Didn't Ferris Bueller sing that?
He did. Doug was in Chicago.
He was lip syncing though. Wayne Newton.
Chris Raby is back, Doug.
Oh, he probably had
Liked
some
it better
pleasant
when he
words
wasn't
to
here.
share. Oh,
Iggy, no one is questioning Jackson because he isn't a giant liar.
God.
Neither am I, but they still question it. They've yet to catch me. If you can.
What are you doing movie
Good.
references like Family Guy now?
Good or bad?
Good.
Yeah, it was good.
Happy early birthday month, Tim. You're the best of all time. That's from the 314.
Gosh.
Yeah, make sure. I would love for you to post it like.
It's my birthday. I haven't posted anything on social media in months, and then I just all of a sudden it's my birthday month. I'll be 47.
Get on
It's going to be a
Facebook and do
pony.
I
I've
would
got a
love to see that.
1-year-old.
That's my birthday in 3 days. What should I do for my birthday in 6 days?
Oh, I'll go to bed at 9:30, and
But you'll eat good though.
I do eat well. Oh, you're talking about like have a good treat.
Yeah, like have
Doug,
like
what
a-
treat should I have for my birthday?
Well, I don't know.
Lamba.
Spoil yourself, maybe.
Ted Drews.
Oh, yeah, Ted
Yeah.
Drews would be a nice
Will you be in
treat.
Vegas?
No.
Get yourself out to get some Lamba.
Paulie
Get out
Bottos.
to Paulie's.
Paulie Bottos.
Maybe a treat of a hair transplant, Tim, at St. Louis Hair Restoration.
Nicely done.
Yeah, maybe
Nicely
that's where
done.
you-
Nicely done.
Go see Dr.
That actually is not a bad idea.
Oh, sure.
Anna Marie, there's a
There's the
idea.
gift. No, she knows the
Right.
request every birthday. It's the same one. It has been for 15 years.
Hair trans hadn't come in yet. But now they're just waiting there to take care of you. Dr. Berlinga and the founder of the company, Greg Kryling. Hair restoration is all they do, and you know what? They do it at the highest level. Even the team of technicians they have there on staff average 15 years of experience, and they work with Dr. Palinga on your procedure, as they did with me, and the whole thing goes quickly. It's a pleasant experience. I was watching TV. They stopped for lunch, had Chick-fil-A for lunch.
Oh, nice.
I had my little
Good treat.
procedure done, yeah. I'm about 7 weeks out now. It does take a while before you see a big difference. I say about 3 months before you really start to notice hair coming in. 6 to 8 months for a big difference. And then the total thing goes for about a year. So if it's something that you've always wondered, if you got a birthday coming up, and you're thinking, why don't I do something to take care of my hairline? This is it. This is where you go. It's right here in town. It's one of the best places in the country to go. St. Louis Hair Restoration. They worked with me, and they're working with Jackson as well. Well, that's right, Doug. They're working with me. I'm using the laser cap.
Well, you're right, Doug.
It's like a batting helmet.
I'm sorry.
What are you and KG doing back there?
I handed him a stool. He's sitting on the ground.
You handed him a stool?
I have a little stool.
Doug, it really
on
is Scat Play Friday.
A stool sample?
No. Get your head out of the gutter, Doug.
Oh.
Get your head in St. Louis Hair Restoration.
Oh,
Get your head in St. Louis Hair Restoration. Get your head in one of these laser caps they got me hooked up with. Moving that yesterday. That was like my prized possession. I was moving it in there. I was like, gotta make sure I take care of the laser cap. Because this thing is fueling the regrowth. The finasteride I take every morning, that helps curb the hair loss as best as it can.
Yeah.
But the laser cap, that helps fuel the regrowth. And that tandem, those two working in tandem, hopefully I'll be in good shape in about a year or so, and I could be a candidate for the FUE procedure, much like Doug. And then we're all looking like Clooney, we're all looking like Fabio, we're all looking like Quinn Snyder, and you can too at St. Louis Hair Restoration, stlouishairrestoration.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday, and that means it's time for our drops of the week. Woot!
Morning after. Drops of the week.
Yeah, you guys drop it like a hot dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
Let's say you went to Brown University.
Doty's shallow angle of attack.
Oh, Gaga. I love Gaga. She's so great. Oh, I love Gaga.
I'm actually plumb out of fleshlights.
Nice piece of succulent snapper.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit disturbed at the number of people asking me to take my shirt off.
Just silly.
I don't know about.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
It was very scary. I thought I was getting smashed.
You don't want to be the guy who's in the arms of another gentleman.
Whee!
His ERA is like 1 point.
I love a good massage.
Ed Hallman asking the last time I shaved was a year ago.
Yeah, I love nature.
I love the sunglass hut.
But I'm not going to live down the Brown, I guess.
What kind of potatoes are they?
John Mardukas.
That was Drops of the Week.
John Mardukas.
That wasn't edited either. That was exactly how that exchange went.
The Duke, John Mardukas.
Michelob Ultra sponsor the studios and the 2023 J. Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship. 90, Doug, is that 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs?
That's right. Yeah, I thought you were getting into a year. I don't know the years.
Yeah, I know you don't know the years.
But I do know the
calories.
carbs.
Yeah, that'd be a nice play. Hey, you playing any golf, or are you still on the shelf?
I went and hit some balls the other day. Just chipped.
Really? You go family golfing?
Yeah, just chipped and putted. I didn't go to the...
Went out there and played the par 3 with my son last night.
I didn't go to the short game area. I just went to the mats and just hit some wedges, and then I putted a little bit.
Sign?
I just had to get outside. It was nice outside. I just wanted to get my short game going because I'm playing the Lemmy's Open Cletus. But I said, hopefully Guy or you or Flowers on because I really don't want to drive. I'll tee off last. If you guys have 3 balls out of bounds, I'll have to tee off. But I'd rather not drive.
Why?
I guess chip and putt.
Why don't you want to?
Because when I do, my shoulder hurts when I'm done playing golf. Doesn't really hurt during. It's just after I get done playing and I rest it for a little bit, then it starts hurting a little bit. So I just soon not use it for a year.
Yeah.
So I'll have all winter to not use it.
And you'll be back and ready to win the 2024 Michelob Ultra J. Randolph Jr.
That's my plan.
You're going to ship it?
I probably
God, if
should.
you had to bet $100, who wins, Dogtown Ty or Kevin Roth?
Yeah, that's a toss-up, man. They're both
It really
playing,
is.
They're both playing well. They're both beating good players.
There's not going to be, like, pops factoring in, I don't think.
Maybe 1 or 2 pop. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I may go watch that match.
You going to go watch it?
No.
I'll bring the trophy out. I'll save them the trip. Maybe I'll go out there and watch and bring the trophy.
You would do that for them?
Well, I want to watch the match. I like watching good
Have
golf.
they decided if they're going to chop cheeky?
I haven't heard. I'll bet they would.
Didn't Dogtown Ty say he's anti-chop?
It's straight 2,500.
I think he wants the full sweat.
I'll say they go 2,500. That's I think they'll chop.
At that point, why not just?
Well, because if the guy loses, he still gets $500 back, and he still gets his entry fee and his green fees back at least.
Yeah, I mean I see it, but
And it's still quite a bit of money to play for.
I'm almost positive Dogtown Ty said he's anti-chop and wants the full pot.
I'll say they chop.
Tell that blimp jockey Raby to go back on leave from the show. His texts are worse than his appearances on the show. That's from Nathan from the east side of Alton. Raby disappeared for months and suddenly surfaced a week after being mentioned 3 times on air like Beetlejuice. To Mrs. Jenny Shanahan.
Raby.
I did enjoy his postcards. They were kind of funny. But his texts are stupid.
He sent me a postcard.
Let's play the postcard.
All right. Plowhawk, I'm about to put in the audio fun folder. Just give me one moment while I put in the audio fun folder. Oh, it's so close to
Any big plans this weekend?
Excuse me? Me?
Big plans over the weekend?
Playing for some cash here in a couple hours. That'll be good. Pizza night. Don't know where we're going to go. Might be... God, Doug, is it Pizza Go-Go night?
No, could be.
I have cash on me, so I can do it.
Pizza de Gloria?
I may go Ferrados tonight.
It's not a bad play. Did that a week or two ago.
All right, Plowhawk, it's in the audio fun folder. There you go.
Hi, I'm Sarah McLaughlin.
Dogs?
Will you be an angel for a hopeless HD2 radio producer?
Oh.
Every day, terrible producers have awful ideas, and they're crying out for help.
Well, I mean, you can, if you do it on Thursday or Wednesday, you can recap the weekend. You can look forward to the next week.
Please call the number on your screen and help.
Maybe I'll talk to Tommy and say, is this something you want to do? I'd gladly do it if you want to do it.
For just $18 a month, only 60 cents a day,
Take it.
you can change a miserable producer's life.
Get somebody involved there.
This thing's got some legs.
Call or join online in the next 30 minutes, and you'll receive this welcome kit.
If not, I don't care.
With a photo of your very own producer like Ken Strode.
Who couldn't do a 10-minute podcast? Me and Plowsy did it for 6-7 months. We just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, we figured after a while we gave the sales staff enough material.
Right now, there's a producer who needs you.
My work speaks for itself. I don't need to audition.
That's why it's not working.
Please call right now.
No, I do for free if the station made money. I said I don't care. I like to make money, but if there's no money for me, but the station can make money, I'll do it.
What kind of deal is that?
Still got another verse.
I'm just texting Kenny Logan, sir.
Of course you will. Who put that together? Is that KG?
That's pretty good. Let me tell you something, Sarah. I fell asleep at your concert. You're boring as hell.
The reviews in the EDF group text inbox are, Jackson, I would call them all good.
Yeah, certified.
A lot of fire emojis coming in, Doug.
Certified fresh.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. I'd like to know who that was that played Sarah McLaughlin.
AI.
Really?
A computer. Who else?
That was really Sarah. Sarah doing my voice. Sarah mentioned my name. We.
Huh?
Now, what was the we for there at the end of that sentence?
That's AI if I've ever heard it.
Well, it could have just been some girl that he knows. Of course, I don't think he knows any, but...
Even with AI, you can get them to say a person's name?
You can get them
and make
to
it
say
sound
anything.
perfectly natural?
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
You know, you see the Joe Biden, Barack Obama going back and forth. I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, the AI. I said the Drake and The Weeknd have a banger song that was completely done on AI.
Do they get money for it?
Absolutely not.
Who gets it?
It went on SoundCloud. It's not like anyone released it publicly.
Guys, that's Raby's best work yet. Well done, Blimp Driver. That's from Mr. 63011. KG is the best full-time employee ever. That's from the Angel the morning after.
Yeah. Now, where do you go to get AI to do that for you? Is that an app or something you download and you tell them what you want them to say? You pick a person?
Yeah, computer software.
Okay. So it is an app that you buy?
Not necessarily an app, but probably a software that you download and can do it. Or maybe a website has that availability. Yeah.
So he didn't really put much into that, except for a couple of clips.
Well,
it wasn't bad. Whatever he did.
It and did all
I thought it was funny.
Wrote it out.
You're not impressed at all with it.
I am. I thought it was funny. I laughed.
But you're busy with Kenny Loggins.
No, I'm done with him.
Let me
Who
text,
have you moved on to now?
Bill real quick.
I'm trying to see if Rick Springfield's in town tonight. Well, I'm supposed to be going, and I keep forgetting what the date is.
Yeah.
No, it's not till August
What's the
18th? It's not till August 29th. I'm good.
Okay.
God, what kind of concert is this?
Did you go to Kenny Loggins last
Paul
night?
Young, Tommy Two-Tone? No, I didn't. I gave them to somebody.
Oh. Why didn't you want to go? I would have gone. I couldn't get tickets.
No. Seriously? Why didn't you tell me? I gave mine away.
Oh.
And there were 4 here.
I asked for them here, and they said I never got a response.
That's weird because...
Usually I do, so I can't complain.
Because Jody, our receptionist, whenever there's tickets that listeners don't pick up, she says there's tickets available. There were 4 tickets in the break room.
Well, that usually happens in the afternoon, and
Yeah.
I'm not here, and I don't know about it.
Well, I feel bad because I asked Marty for some, and he hooked me up, and then I ended up giving away because I couldn't go.
You were busy?
Yeah, busy.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top, too. I didn't go to that.
Why?
I don't know. I think I want to go.
Well, you couldn't go to
and
both.
Then I said, I don't want to fight that traffic.
Okay.
I'm getting so lazy in my old age. I really am.
No.
You sound like a fan. You sound like a fan.
Fan?
Yeah, you're a fan of
No.
the bands. No?
So I did go to quite a few this summer. And last summer I went to quite a few. So I'm kind of slowing down a little bit as far as going to concerts.
How about this? Just a little thing that just popped up on my Instagram.
What?
Michael Block, the pride of Parkway Central, had the hole-in-one with Rory on the Sunday of the PGA Championship. He went to scout Valhalla for next year's PGA Championship, and he shot the course record.
Did he really?
Jeez, really?
Unbelievable.
What did he shoot?
63, I think.
63.
Holy
course record. And
Scouting
it
all-
matches the 2-time Masters champion, Doug. You say Olazabal or you say Olathable?
I usually just say Olazabal.
Is it Olathable?
Elazabah.
Nice.
Whatever Hoffman said.
Elazabah, I think it was.
He's scouting a little early, isn't he?
Yeah, he wants it this year, I guess.
Well, we can play Valhalla for free, why not?
63 out there, huh?
Yeah, from the tip drill.
That's pretty good.
Jackson's going to shoot a 63 at Crystal Springs Quarry today.
I don't know that he will.
He is a good dude. I'm happy that he's getting the success and getting some advertising and sponsors, and he just seems like a down-to-earth, fun guy. I gotta reach out to the club, see if he'll sign something for Gobble Bowl.
I think I'm going to shoot 62 today.
You're playing Crystal Springs?
No. Yeah, I guess. There's the Crystal Highland and Quarry at Crystal Springs. I get confused
What are you
sometimes.
playing?
The Quarry, the one right
Yeah.
by you.
Tell Nash Axel I said hi.
Who? Max Headroom?
Nash Axel?
Nash Axel, head pro.
You keep, what are you saying? Who?
Nash Axel.
Nash Axel.
Nash is his first name?
Yeah.
What's that short for?
Maybe it's his name, Nash. Nash
Oh,
Bridges.
Nash. I thought you were saying
Bridges.
Mash.
Nash Bridges.
Okay, Nash. Nash Haxel.
If I see him, I'll say Iggy said hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
It's a great. They have a good track.
Yeah, it is. Their restaurant's pretty good, too. When they first opened, the who's who of St. Louis would go in there for dinner.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the hot spot to go have dinner and sit on the patio.
Did you go there?
I don't know what. I've been there.
You're part of the who's who.
Well, it's like I said, I've been there.
Very much a part of the who's
It's a cool area. That area right there by Creve Coeur Lake is like it feels like sometimes you're not in St. Louis. Kind of feels like Michigan or something.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Michigan.
Yeah.
That's a good track. You'll like it. Not that hard.
I've played it before.
All right. So you're ready. You'll know how the greens roll and blind
Yeah,
shots?
62 incoming.
Nice.
Okay.
Drop that number down.
What's that index right now, boy?
8.7.
Vulnerable 8.7.
Yeah, well, I can't. If I put I shot at 90 last week, and that it's not one of my scores. So
Right, so
it
it's
doesn't
just
do
so you
anything.
could have shot 120. It's not going to
Right.
impact it. They're not going to count it.
Nope. I've entered in 33 scores this year.
That's a lot of golf.
Most I've done in the summer for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good summer to play.
Ooh, I got a score that comes off today. Woot woot. Doug, watch this. Woot woot.
Woot woot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating Cooling of the Day. I'm starting to notice the exhaustion in Jackson's voice more. I'm sure part of it's related to the grueling effort it takes to score 8 points per game in a church basketball league. But I get the sense that it is mostly due to the words Iggy chooses to say out loud on the radio. Jackson's tone sounds like a son whose patience is worn thin from providing care for an elderly loved one battling Alzheimer's. I can imagine his inner monologue sounds something like this. Grandpappy Whistlebeak, how many times do I have to tell you not to put your used Dillian fleshlight in the dishwasher? Perhaps you'll recall the famous scene from The Dark Knight where the Joker makes a pencil disappear by slamming it through the criminal's eyeball. I don't know about you, but I think Jackson is about to voluntarily recreate that scene by himself the next time Miggy says something like, "Why don't you travel to Henderson, Nevada to visit Heidi Fleiss and her flock of exotic birds?" Did I miss the announcement where Lil Piddles was appointed as vice president of the Megan Meyer Foundation? Stop making the pale kid organize your golf tournament, Breezeway boy. It's not his job.
Gosh.
Jackson probably already typed up his letter of resignation, and if he is tasked with one more genius idea unrelated to TMA, which will create more work for him, he's going to print that baby off and hand it to Tommy Mattern before he storms out of Hubbard forever. Meanwhile, Iggy just keeps on breathing heavily into his mic like Darth Vader in the middle of an asthma attack, spouting stuff about Jacques LaPlante and Glenn Hole. And I'm tired of it. So I'm the JV golf coach.
Oh, JV golf coach.
And if you've noticed all day today, when I'm not talking, I do this.
JV
You set
golf
the
coach.
mic to this.
The action's on you.
Talk.
Monday, Ken. My apartment sent the carrier possum last week to tell me the federal government is raising my rent. There's a carrier possum? From $4 to $6 and 3 wooden nickels. There's no way I'm paying that for this efficiency apartment. They're a bunch of idiots if they think I'm going to sign that. Thursday, Ken. I'm so allergic to the thought of having to exert energy. I ended up signing a 15-year lease with a 2-year club option and the right of first refusal to a burial plot in the common ground. Oh, it's that, Tim and Doug? This was my opportunity to rid my life of the noisy upstairs neighbors who have befriended the possums and are slowly moving into my apartment. I've been saving $100,000 a year for the last 10 years, but it hasn't added up to an apartment down payment. Again, thanks. I'm enjoying the show. Yeah. That's from a weekday caddy at a North County golf course to being elected to the New York Fashion Week, a Kevin Costner film coming this fall.
Weekday caddy. He's new.
Good morning. Ken Strode Cooking Show, May 25th, 2022. 477 views. It's from the Loomster.
Oh, Loomster.
Good morning. You guys mind if we do a little thought experiment here?
No.
Close your eyes and imagine if you went to, oh, hell, I don't know. Let's just say Brown. Now, tell me what you see when I explain a scenario. A successfully homegrown business thriving in a dying industry in a rundown post-apocalyptic city. A passionate fan base that activates when called upon. Tens and tens of thousands of dollars raised across multiple platforms for needy causes. A merch line that had a huge breakthrough last year when they figured out how to use stamps. A broken down Hummer and several fleet cars for disposable employees highly leveraged upon Tim's credibility. A business so flush with capital that it can afford to lose several 360 machines and signed autographed Chris Tilley books that disappeared after Iggy begged Rockio to put it in a cubby. An app that plays the show that just played 1 hour ago on a constant loop. All weekend, every weekend. Now, open your eyes. Would it surprise you to learn that this 20-year-old, objectively successful business is operating out of a dog crate in a storage closet? Large corporate building on the outskirts of West County, with its most tenured employee being a 30-year-old gentleman whose caretaker packs him Texas-sized cinnamon rolls and fruit roll-ups for lunch. And a platinum blonde Make-A-Wish pawpaw who found himself so flustered by the mere thought of figuring out how to give away a free foursome at a Wentzville Country Club and go-kart track. That he had to offload it on the Gangster Pete 2.0 to manage the transactional portion of the process before wilting away in full crust. Anyways, another week up, another week down. Thanks. That comes from this question is for Tim and Tim only. Let's just say you went to Brown. Now, what would you do if someone had the nerve to throw their feminine menthol in your feminine menthol bucket that you keep outside your front door right next to your rat-infested table and chairs that nobody can use except for you, which is clearly labeled by the expired license plate you nailed into the asbestos-filled drywall that you don't own or maintain?
That's his name?
I can't even come up with something short for that.
This question?
What was the first word?
This question is for Tim and Tim only. Let's just say you went to Brown.
Question. Say you went to Brown. He's new.
I turned on the YouTubes just in time for Shadow Puppets part of the show. So I got that going for me. We're all thinking it, so I'm going to come out and say it. It might be quite simple now that the show's done. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is whilst Tim's in the world. But this email's about hockey. I'm talking old-time hockey, pre-Checker Dome. Back in the old barn, 1973. Uncle Skip's drinking buddy Tony took me and a bunch of buddies to the game. Battleship Bob Kelly had a heck of a tussle in the third. This being his brief stint with the Blue Note, Bark the Spark Plager, my favorite player, had put the biscuit in a basket, so I had seen all I needed to see. But Tony had different plans. All of a sudden, Tony's in a verbal altercation with one of the visiting North Stars. Well, I've seen plenty of hockey fights to know that Tony had him in trouble when he got his jersey over his head. But the dynamics changed when the player pulled Tony's head in for some nipple licking. As a crowd gathered, I found it difficult to see other than he had Tony on his stomach. I just heard a lot of squishy noises and felt a thunderous pounding and shaking of the benches. Anywho, as he walked away, the North Star said, "Here you go, Buster. Your driver is going to be walking funny for a while, so he might have a tough time driving you home. He's a present for you." And that is the story of how I ended up with my signed Gump Worsley jersey. That's from Jen Ittlewarts, risk taker.
Jen Ittlewarts.
How old is this Uncle
Risk
Skip?
taker.
I mean, he's in your articles. He's in your. You're banging him now, and you were banging him in '73.
What's his drinking buddy, Tony?
And Uncle Skip in there too.
And finally, hey guys, did you hear that? A massage parlor is going in next door. Too bad they probably won't have happy endings. So let's say you went to Brown and you've banged 500 girls and you log more hours at your masturbation station than your employer. Would it be odd to claim that you don't know how to use a synthetic vagina sex toy? You know who I talked to the other night who's back in town? Former entertainment director Jen Whalen. She was at the ball game. I said, "Oh, I wish I knew you were in town." And she goes, "What do you mean? I moved back 5 years ago." No, I wasn't at the game, but I saw she posted a picture. I invited her to bop on over and visit us in the windowless closet next to the bathroom. No, I wasn't hitting on her. She's married. Yeah, I know that's never stopped me before, but she's the former entertainment director. I'm not sure why I'm elevating her into a director-level position like she's had middle managers reporting to her. When in fact the quote entertainment reporter is a relic of a bygone era where male-dominant radio presentations would use any excuse to shoehorn a female into the show. I thought she was still living in Cali, but she moved to St. Louis. Is that a new report? Oh, we don't know. Look, I never said we were good friends. I've never asked her to DoorDash me some rancid burgers from halfway across the country.
No.
I just know I still have the Playboy she's in. Why is that creepy? Cut me some slack considering what I'm dealing with. My neighbors are putting out their cigs in my ashtray. Old ladies are taking the best parking spots. Between that and the rent hike, I really should find a new place. But all these new places want me to pay 2 months' rent plus a security deposit. If I had that kind of money, I'd be at a massage parlor that gives happy endings. Doug, that's from Buck Swope.
Gosh, Buck Swope with a nice little email today.
And that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, little A. Show me what you got, short A.
Buck Swope was a little harsh in his criticism. This question, let's just say you went to Brown, pretty good email, but I enjoyed the phrase Grandpappy Whistlebeak. And for that, I'm going to award my vote to the JV golf coach.
I'm going with the new caddy, day caddy, whatever.
Weekday caddy.
Weekday caddy.
Who's that?
He's the one who talked about that Iggy signing a 15-year lease with a 2-year club option.
I'm going with this question is for Tim and Tim only. Let's say you went to Brown. Plowhawk, you're the Speaker of the House.
I guess Brown.
Damn it, Lucas!
That's a man who wasn't listening.
Yeah, the man's ready to get the hell out for the weekend.
Why?
Brown.
You're not
Whatever
enjoying
it
your
was.
time today with us?
I enjoyed it just fine. Their emails were not that strong.
Oh.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
But in the end, it doesn't matter who wins. Everyone wins.
Amen. I agree with that part, Doug. We've all won today. And
Nice
Jackson and I
sentiment.
win just a little bit more because we're going to go down the hallway and do a balloon party. So hang on out in the YouTube chat. Talk to Patrick.
Cardinals lost, so you're going to get ripped.
What will they be unhappy about?
Are they happier when the Cardinals lose? Gives them more to complain about?
No, it's tough.
Maybe upset they couldn't score any runs for Wainwright to get his win.
That could be live.
He pitched well enough to win.
He did, yeah.
Pete Alonso got him, Doug. 2-strike
He gets a
pitch.
lot of people.
Yeah, he sure does. Well, I guess it's time for us to go.
All right, then.
Any thoughts? Jackson's going to shoot a 62. Iggy's going to get some short. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm going to give you a quick update right now because I think Doug is live.
Really? Got
To
breaking
win some
news?
money
Well, I
for
have
some
I
children?
have Chris Kirk at 6,000. He is tied for the lead with Brian Harmon, who is in Doug's team. Cam Young is 4th on Doug's team.
Oh,
Matthew
Doug.
Fitzpatrick 4th on Doug's team.
Nice, Doug.
Ricky Fowler 4th on Doug's team.
He's having a good week.
And then you got Straka down there.
Straka killing Doug?
Bastard.
He's +1.
Doug, you're winning $8.
I'd love to give it to you.
This one's for children. Logan has daily fantasy sports.
I'm probably cashing now.
Boy, everybody's profiting.
Okay, that's
I got the leader.
Time for us to shut it down. Jackson and I are going to go deal with the situation on 101 ESPN. Pop into the YouTube chat, talk it over. For Action Jackson, for the Plowhawk, for Kenneth Agee Strode, from over the Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
This is Doug Biggs from the Longo Biggs Injury Law.